Welcome back to what remains, session 35. The strange last session, the group traveled around inside of the Dragon Temple Shrine dungeon that they have found through strange puzzle keys and whatever. They're in the middle of a fight. Let's get to it. So, Malika, you are first on the initiative docket. As we left off last session, you were about 10 or 15 feet behind Avran. There is one of the strange tome dwarves. This one has a golden mask and is now being covered with crawling hands that are not normal size hands, like, you know, a regular medium-sized creature's hands. They look like they may have come off of like a larger creature, like an ogre or something to that effect. So when I say he's covered in hands, each one is about the size of like a cat, like, or rather a medium-sized dog.
Big yikes. Okay. So I think you broke my hex, right?
Yes.
All right. So
I know mine has been broken.
Yes, both hexes.
put one up. That's a bonus, and that's on this dude.
Huh?
And we will do what we do. So we'll do
Eldritch Blast.
1.
Okay, rehex. Alright, that will miss in his current state of being. Second shot.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll damage for it anyways.
For the first one?
Yes, please. Okay, so you watch as it hits him, and as it does, the hand seems to move, like crawling across his body, like some sort of like insect or spider, and it dives into where the shot would hit him. It obliterates the hand, but it spares him the damage from the blast.
Okay. Ignore those mortal coils.
Yeah. Let's go ahead with the second. Okay.
17?
That will...
Oh no, that's a 12. I don't know why the hell this is adding it to my attack modifier.
Yeah, very strange. No worries. 12 is also just... That one's just going to miss.
Alright, cool.
All right. Kel is up. Kel kind of moves in front of Malika and will shoot at him. Because that sounds like what Radajon would want. What Radajon would do with his character.
Avran, duck!
That sounds like Kel also.
Oh. Right. That was meant to be Malika, sorry.
All right. Avran, as you hear Malika issue a warning after the two Eldritch Blasts kind of snap around you and miss, one striking one of the hands, you push to the side of the wall and kind of drop low, and you can kind of see Kel reach up with the rifle, pull the trigger. A loud cacophony snaps through the hallway, as you're like to deal with, and you watch as he hits the dwarf square in the chest. Upon the hit striking, a large kind of burst of kind of dark ichor flies out of his back from the exit wound, and his body slams onto the ground as all the hands kind of just start spasming and dropping to the ground. And the Guardian that's currently in melee with Hezrod, we're just going to cycle down to your turn, because it seems that it's lost interest in the fight, middle of the fight.
But it's still standing?
Yeah, if you want to strike it, it literally is on death's door, so you can knock it over if you want to.
Okay, yeah, he steps in, he's gonna booming blade.
Its pieces go flying everywhere, segmented. You would note that the interior of it appears to have been made out of wood and stone and metal. And it was kind of like almost like a mannequin, like at a store, but constructed for the purpose of holding the armor. That said, the combat's concluded.
Is the armor good?
The pieces of this armor kind of scatter about. It would take a repair to get it out of broken status, but it is a broken set of full plate, and it is not the same as the one in the other room. This one appears to be mainly made out of adamantine.
Are the hands still running around in there?
They kind of spasm and kind of then fall flat on the ground.
I have a question about the dwarf's mask.
Mm-hmm.
Does it come off, or is it like it's like stuck on his face?
So what we'll do is, Avran, you kind of move in and look directly toward the dwarf. Malika kind of walks in, tiptoeing over the hands, but then getting close enough to one of them to kind of inspect it, seeing that they are fully and utterly demised. This is while you hear the sounds of kind of crash down the hallway, and then kind of the of Hezrod as he inspects the armor. Fiona, I assume, is probably just hanging back. Soma, you can hear that it sounds like the conflict has concluded, so you kind of advance in. You see the flying serpent and Kel is reloading his weapon, kind of looking over at you. I'm assuming chewing on something, some sort of like toothpick or something he's got.
It's definitely a mint leaf.
Yeah, mint leaf. He's just got it like hanging from his lip there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like a badass.
that's the scene. So the gold mask appears to be attached to the face very solidly. Do you wish to attempt to remove it?
Yes.
You hear what sounds like a very viscous and visceral sound as you kind of reach into the gold mask and kind of start prying it from the flesh. And you actually realize that the flesh does not seem to be in a similar state underneath the mask. It's more wet. It's more gross. And as you're kind of pulling the mask away, what you're realizing is you're ripping the face and muscle tissue, which has been kind of compressed to a almost glue-like consistency.
So we're gonna stop
from the dwarf's skull, and you can see this and kind of go,
We're just gonna let it go, and then just
you don't want to put that on. You don't want to.
Just gonna smush it back.
The dwarf hits the floor, hits the stone floor with kind of like a sickening thud, like just dead flesh weight, just.
Hezrod.
Yeah, he says, "What was that?"
It was the. What is this? It's an undead abomination.
Okay,
We must burn these bodies.
Hold on.
Wait, is it undead?
It does appear to be.
It's at least dead now.
Dead.
Oh no.
Oh no, the green.
Okay.
It's back. Oh, okay. It's gone.
I would like to
these-
search through the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you get to that, Malika, you were asking a question. Go ahead.
Are the hands decomposing, or are they kind of mechanical?
They appear to be completely made out of flesh. They look like severed hands, but you can see that where the wrists, like where it's been lopped off, looks like it's been cauterized, like burned shut. You would also note that there appear to be on the knuckles of each of these hands, it looks like there have been pins that have been shoved into the knuckles. Pretty decent sized pins. I would say like round and kind of about the same kind of width as like a $50 or maybe like a golf ball. But they're like shoved in there like knuckles, and they look like they're made out of brass.
Okay, she's gonna pocket a hand.
Oh, it's pretty decent size, so it's kind of like a folding processed into a fist and then kind of stuffing it into like a bag.
Do we hear the cracking of the knuckles?
No, they don't crack. They move well enough.
Okay.
They still have a certain fluidity to them.
And I would like to help the rogue to look for recipes or scrolls, potions.
So Soma, as you're kind of inspecting and watching Malika complete her work and then stand up to kind of meet you, you see that the room has 5 shelves. The 4 shelves that seem to flank the desk in the center appear to be lined with a bunch of artifacts that are not too dissimilar from what the tome dwarfs were making in the other room.
Just lumps of metal.
Lumps of metal. Looks like they're possibly some sort of stage of like metal purifying process. And again, these shelves are not terribly interesting. The shelf at the far end appears to be filled with books, but in the center of these books, there's kind of like on the middle row, the books have been kind of segmented away with bookends that are kind of holding the books aside. And in the center of this one space, kind of center of the bookshelves, is a skull covered in gold with gemstones set in the teeth where there would be teeth, and gemstones set in the eye sockets where there would be eyes. And it looks like the gold patterning is very intricate, very stylized. It definitely looks to Soma's eyes elvish. But again, you're no historian, unless you are a historian.
I am not.
Yeah. So you're not sure exactly what the significance of this skull is. You as a player character might be thinking a lot of different things. I assure you there's no way you know what this is.
It's fine. I'll probably want to ask somebody that does have some history or maybe religion knowledge, but before I have them possibly interact with it, I will probably check to make sure there's no triggers or anything directly underneath it so they don't get darted or anything.
1 second, hold on. That is amazing. Baja Blast. Completely solid black.
It looks like void. I was like, what? What's that solid black Mountain Dew? That's weird.
Honestly, if I lived in Baja Blast, oh,
Just swimming in it right now, huh?
we wouldn't be playing D&D right now. I'll tell you that. Baja Blast. I love it. It's really good. But Malika, you would see the strange skull as well. If you are trained in history, you can make a history roll, but if not, it doesn't hold any significance, but it's definitely very macabre and interesting.
There's no religious significance, you're saying?
Not at all.
She'd say, well, that's very macabre and interesting. She would turn to Hezrod. Wait, is Hezrod still out there?
Yeah, Hezrod's dealing with the
Where are
armor
you,
outside.
Hezrod?
Yeah, he Hezrod healed himself. He patched himself up a little bit, and he's stripping all the armor off of this dead thing.
So Malika would find Hezrod and be like, you need more potions?
How many do you have?
She would stick the cannula right into his lower back.
Okay.
Here you
So
go.
you're popping the one off of Avran and shoving it onto him instead?
Oh yeah, let's say I took it off Avran. Didn't sterilize it. Just popped it in. Pop it in and out.
That's the blessing of magical healing. Okay. Fiona comes in. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a dice roll.
So that'll be what, like another 10 hit points over the next minute and a half?
Yeah, 10 total. She seems to be stumped by it as well. She's saying a couple of things that, stand out, but all of them sound like they're kind of grasping at straws. She's not 100% certain what the significance is here. One name that she kind of floats is the name Talk, but it doesn't sound like it's 100% something she's certain of.
So, did Soma really yell for Hezrod?
Yes.
Okay. Then after getting all the armor off this corpse and securing it, kind of hobble back in here. Is this where you guys are? Where are you? Which room? That one? Okay. What?
This
everything's
creepy
already
looking
dead.
this creepy looking skull mean anything to you? It doesn't mean anything to the rest of us, but it looks important.
I mean, Fiona rolled a 22 and didn't get shit off of it.
It's history, so if you're not trained in history,
You
don't worry
got
about it.
talk.
Oh, Hezrod is trained in history.
Go for it then. You'd also know that again, it's a historical point of interest, but one of the members of the Grey Order was a lich named Talk, who was not from this realm, said to have come from the stars beyond, some city, some circle city. He was said to have become a demi-lich. After
this Talk's skull?
it does not appear to be alive or undead, but its gem nature and its elvish structure denotes a almost alien kind of fey nature.
TAK.
TAK, yeah.
Yes.
Hezrod like reaches up and like pulls it off the shelf and looks at it, and he says, "This is the skull of an ancient lich."
Fiona goes, no, I don't think it is. It definitely looks like one. Maybe a replica?
He like Hezrod kind of like bangs it against his head to like
Sorry.
see if it sounds funny or like.
Hold on. I did you a disservice. Let me finish that sentence. Isn't it? There we go. Perfect. Nailed the accent. So good at this.
So Hezrod was banging it against his head to see if it felt like
It's
a regular skull.
it feels like it is definitely skull plus metal plus gemstones. The gems don't seem to rock around. If you kind of look at it together, those of you who are a bit more savvy on kind of things that are worth a bit, it does look like the skull itself has carvings into it that have been then filled in with gold, like liquid gold, and then it hardened, kind of forming like a leaf.
Filigree.
Filigree and leafing, yeah. And then the gemstones looks like where teeth were. The teeth have been kind of ground out, and then in their sockets, there's been like silver that's been placed in, and the gemstones were kind of settled into the silver to kind of set inside of them.
He hands it off to kind of like throws it.
Yeah, playing hot
in like
hot evil
the
skull.
general direction of like Fiona and like Soma, and says, "Here, maybe your friend at the museum would like this."
Oh yeah, that would be a great idea. Let's take it to the museum to be sure, isn't it?
Or we could smash it and take all the valuables.
No, what did I tell you about smashing stuff? That sounds like what you would say.
Can I divine sense to see if I feel any?
It's not
undead?
evil.
Okay.
I wonder if we could speak with Deadit.
No evanity.
Sorry, go
I
ahead, chat.
guess. Well, I mean, now that you said that, that's really like the only thing of interest in here.
Hezrod, what's a museum?
There are. You were around for the museum fun, weren't you?
I don't know. Oh, I thought it was a library.
There was also a museum.
Yeah.
There's a library and a museum.
Okay,
An
that's true.
Institute of
Okay.
Academia.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Would they buy it? Would they
I
buy
was-
this skull?
It's not about
I mean,
selling it, Fiona says.
But study.
right, but they will pay us, right?
Sure.
So is that skull like the only thing of interest in here, or is there other shit?
Yeah, does any of the lumps of metal look like it's orichalcum or less interesting pieces?
There do look like pieces that look like they are orichalcum, but they look like they are not well handled.
Hmm.
They look like they might have been problematically kind of destroyed.
Can we check
Or-
the dwarf, like his personal effects?
Yeah, he
To
has
see if he has any notes or anything.
robes that are not too dissimilar from the robes that you found in the burrow. They are red colored. He has a dagger. The dagger in question looks like its blade is made out of some sort of chitin or nail-like material, but a very solid chunk of it. And throughout its kind of growth, you can actually see that there are kind of veins of this strange kind of reddish color inside of the organic growth of it. And then he also has a wand.
Ooh.
His desk has notes and papers on it, but it looks like they are written in some language that is not one that anyone here reads.
Damn.
And I don't believe anyone can cast comprehend languages.
Nope. Right, no, Fiona's a wizard. She can do it.
She doesn't have it.
Damn.
If nobody else is interested in that dagger, I guess I will take it to investigate later.
Okay.
Everyone hand it
Malika
off.
will want to take those papers,
Okay.
even if she can't read them. She
Yeah.
still wants them.
Smash them all together. One of them kind of looks interesting when you kind of look to it, and when you notice that it's different than the others, it's like rolled up. You'd also see that there appears to be a wax seal on it as well. The wax seal in question has a skull shape, kind of pressed into the wax seal, and the eyes look to be a bit more kind of cut, almost in like emerald shapes.
Probably related to the skull, then, I would assume.
It's pretty close looking, yeah.
How was that?
Hezrod's ripping out all the drawers and turning them upside down and shaking them out. It's like literally throwing everything in the drawers all over the room.
Did somebody grab the wand?
Yeah, everyone probably passed it to Fiona. Or Malika, whoever wants the one.
Well, Malika will have to identify it.
Hmm.
Fiona. Wait, what did I say?
Oh, hey, we gotta
Then
do this.
Malika.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
Fiona. Wait, is that Fiona?
It is
Hi.
Fiona.
Sorry. Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't want to stop you guys. I just finished like a really nice nap that was surprisingly restorative. So I'm actually pretty good to go now.
All you've missed is they've searched the room, they found a skull with a bunch of gemstones in it. You tried to figure out what it was. You rolled 22 on your history and still aren't certain what it is. So it's very
Interesting.
obscure. And everyone
Cool.
else has searched the room. The tome dwarf with the gold mask, apparently the gold mask is a connective matter. But that's...
Okay, the gemstone. Sorry, it isn't reminiscent of the Romulus, right?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, like that Romulus that we got, that was the con gem. It's not
No.
reminiscent of that.
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
This is like-
skull that has like gold kind of pattern throughout the actual bone matter, and then it has gemstones set in its teeth and gemstones set in its eyes.
Oh, sorry. So it's not like a crystal Indiana Jones skull. It just has.
No.
Okay. It just has gems in it. Got you. Thank you.
Correct.
Cool.
All right. So then, having explored this room pretty well, the wand looks like it's made out of yew, but it looks like it's made out of yew, but when you pick it up, it actually is made out of stone. It appears to be petrified wood. And Hezrod and now Soma and Malika are aware that there is a pool of water that is where the initial Guardian had been kind of activated. If you head back over to it, Soma, a very strange kind of pool of water just sat out here in the middle, kind of built into the structure.
Nothing else hanging up above?
There does appear to be kind of like a strange relief, like a small hole where someone might have been, and there's like a small step in it where someone might have dropped out of it, but it doesn't look like that cavity is currently filled.
Okay.
But the pool of water, perfectly still at this point, having had a couple of moments to kind of just hang out.
Is this little alcove what you were talking about over here that I've stepped into, or is this...
No, sorry, the alcove's up directly above you. It looks like it would be... Basically, it's like a tube with a small little foot panel kind of like settled on one side, so kind of like a half-open shape that something could drop out of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The wall that you're kind of going to is the back wall of another secret door. But the pool, Malika, you recognize as a scrying pool.
Ooh.
And if you're not familiar with the spell scry,
We're not.
it normally requires such a pool to be able to be cast, but this pool in particular is unique in that it allows you, or anyone who is capable of utilizing magic, to cast scry once per day.
Ooh.
And I would sort of know this intuitively from like.
Yeah, you can see the markings on it that
Okay.
appear to be written in kind of like a common parlance, but a magical kind of code. But you being a spellcaster, you get it. You just know you have to speak the words and you'll be able to do it.
At this point, Hezron would have like ripped out the cannula and like handed it back to Malika.
Oh, thanks.
Probably smells.
Feeling better.
Probably smells like garum.
Uh,
Funny. Let's see. Oh, John's in. Okay, cool. 1 second.
Hello,
John. Transition.
I think we need to have a family meeting. Hezrod, Fiona, KL, come close.
Fiona nods.
Where are you?
So-
We're over by the pool.
Yeah. Right here.
Oh, you like went all the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, over here. To the thingy.
Oh wait, you know what? I forgot. Hezrod's still a woman.
Oh,
If you have lesser restoration, just cast it. We can,
I think I did. Yeah, we did.
yeah, that's fine.
You cast it once, but that got rid of the can't
Oh
talk.
yeah, the can't. Well, I don't have spell slots. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I have lesser restoration prepared.
John, you dropped out.
That's fine. I'll take care of it later.
We
Cool.
got this.
this
Next
is a
long rest, I got you.
I
this is
imagine-
a Scrying Pool.
Oh, it's a scrying pool.
It is. From its magical arcane aura, I believe we should be able to cast Scry upon this pool at least once per day.
Each of us.
No, it can be used once per
The
day.
pool once.
Oh,
Oh, well, do you have anything you want to scry on?
Well, I think we should decide on something. This is a very powerful tool.
Does this seem like the same water that Hezrod drunk, or is this a different source?
I
Different
never
source.
went near that water, so I can't be sure. But I'm not looking to drink it. Simply to appear-
Hezrod takes a drink.
No! Fiona reaches over.
Dr-
Don't.
You want to drink it? Drink it.
So you're going to notice something very interesting as you kind of reach down and kind of cup the water and then put it to your lips. The water seems to just vanish from your hands before it does touch your lips. If you kind of reach down and kind of put your face in the water, you immediately recognize that the water itself appears to kind of touch you, and as you try to imbibe it, it doesn't. There's no suction. There's no capability for you to drink of it. You can.
Yeah, so Hezrod stands up and like flaps the water and then says to Malika, "No, it is not the same."
The other thing you would notice if you put your head far enough into it is you can't breathe it. So it actually is the only time in Hezrod's life that he's ever almost drowned.
Do we know if this water, this type of water that has this kind of property, it's not naturally occurring, is it? It's something that someone would have had to have altered?
Yeah, so it just shorthand, it's the properties of the Scrying Pool.
Okay. Cool. So we get the sense that it's the actual pool, that it's the encasement of the pool, not the water itself?
Correct. It's just the formation of the structure in its entirety.
Okay, thank you. Fiona would kind of relay that to Malika, assuming that Malika knows it already, but just kind of airing her thoughts.
Well, we're looking for something in this place, are we not?
I believe
don't
a
know that
way
we-
out.
I don't know that we know specifically what we're here for, other than just chasing down what we can find after the key.
Can we scry? Okay, let me look at scry. I'm gonna put the spell in there.
Sure, take your time. Soma, do you investigate that wall?
Yes.
Okay. You do notice that it has a very similar handle mechanism to all of the other secret doors that you've seen. Do you want to activate it?
I won't activate it yet, but I will let people know that there looks to be another way through here as well. I'll wait to open it until we are ready, just in case there are more fun surprises waiting for us.
Oh, it has to be a particular creature.
Mm-hmm.
Good, there's no Kajali on the other side.
Yeah.
Fuck that cave. Or fuck that dungeon.
I'm still
Good,
unconscious somewhere else in some other world.
I in character. He doesn't know. I don't know about this spell, but if it allows us to see people, I would like to see my children. But
So the simplicity of the Scrying Pool's nature is the instructions for how to use it are
Mhm.
basically written on the rim. So
Oh.
anybody who can cast a spell, period,
got you.
can utilize it. And even if someone can't cast spells, they could probably figure it out.
Got you.
It's not hard. It's basically a one and done. Do
For
you
the
want
day.
do you want to try and use it while everyone's thinking, since you have a good idea of who you want?
No, I wanna. Everyone's gonna wait until everyone gives an idea or
Okay.
gives the okay.
Yeah.
I certainly have something that I would like divined, but it's a little complicated, and I don't want to use this for personal use if there's something that benefits us more.
Yeah. I'm along those lines of thinking.
Fiona, you've been dealing with the Montelays since the beginning, it seems. Anything related to them that we should be worried about, or anything else related to this place that you can think of?
She kind of frowns as she looks around the carnage of all these workers now slaughtered. Well,
Oh, those workers are still alive. Sorry, they didn't die.
Yeah, it was just the dwarf and the armor.
Okay, cool. Got you. Just those two. Well, she still looks at those two and kind of nods her head. Honestly, I wanted proof that they were as corrupt as I assumed they always were, and it looks like we found it. She kind of gestures to like all the atrocities just around her, and then kind of looks over at Hezrod pointedly. I don't really have any way of recording this, but your memory should serve proof if anyone questions this. Make sure you get a good look at all of the horrible things they've been doing. And she just points to one of the dead bodies. She points to the study room, all areas that she knows he's already been in.
Okay,
Okay.
that's right. He has a memory strand.
Yeah.
He starts
Oh, that's
walking
fucking
around
dope.
like he's shooting a found footage movie.
Oh,
He's like,
MTV.
Personal GoPro.
I love it.
Love it.
All right, so then it's between between Avran and Soma. Y'all have an interest in scrying. Seems like it's personal.
I will defer to Avran, as mine is a little more complicated than a specific target.
All
I
right,
will
then.
say, verifying whether or not the Lady of the Deep is really actually dead and gone would be.
Oh, Hezro, do you know what she looks like? Because I actually don't know what she looks like. I couldn't scry her.
Has Hezrod seen her?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
At this point, like Fiona's neutral. Like if either of your characters want to do it, she doesn't care either way. But
Here.
being able to see the BBEG might be kind of interesting.
Hold on.
Well,
a
one
second.
of
One of
them,
them, yeah.
What's this? Encode thoughts. Let's see how that works.
Better not cast the hex on me.
Who?
That's Rod.
So
Why
Encode
would he
Thoughts
do
allows
that?
you to place your
Witchery.
finger to your head and pull a
Oh.
memory, but the memory only lasts for as long as it says. The one that you ingested to start off the deal was very different. Obviously, it gave you the ability to cast this spell.
Are you trying to record the scrying?
No, I was gonna see if I could share a vision of what the lady looks like with somebody else, but
Oh, with
Well,
us?
no, you can do it. You can
Yeah,
do
you
the
can do
spell.
that. You can pull out any thought you have as a character. The issue originally was that it wasn't your memory.
okay,
Mm.
I got you. So it's like reading one of these strands,
It's
and
different.
it
Exactly.
degrades it the more you read it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Copy of a
But-
copy of a copy.
But I
Is
thought
it-
you had seen it yourself. The
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you've seen it yourself, so your memory will be
so
strong.
you can scry her. Yeah, you can scry
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I was just seeing if I could create a memory strand and share that with anybody else, but it doesn't.
Ooh,
No,
it's a
yeah.
cantrip.
You can do that. So encode. Well, so no, sorry. You can only read an encoded thought with encode thoughts, so no one else could read it.
Oh,
They would have to
shit.
learn the
Dang.
spell.
Damn.
That's really interesting. Okay.
That's a good way to be a spy, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's cool. But long story short, if we find someone high up enough, I know for a fact they'd have that spell. Like I'm pretty sure Corrigan would have that spell. So anywho, you can't share it with us exactly at the moment, but if you like tell us that you know what she looks like, Fiona would kind of like her eyes would go a bit wide. Well, I for one would be interested to see if she even shows up on this plane of existence. But other than that, and she kind of looks over to Avron, I know that you've been searching for a very long time, so if you're able to as well, I don't really have a thought about it. I'll leave it to you two. She kind of just takes a step back.
Because up to this point, we've heard like rumors that the Lady of the Deep has been
Well,
killed, but
real quick, it sounds like that's your target. Is that right?
if everybody's in agreement,
Yeah, I just want to speed it along, and the reason why is kind of you'll understand. So unanimous, Lady of the Deep, right?
Yeah, let's go Lady of the Deep.
Cool. The spell activates. The pool does not show anything.
Oh, no. And that's it, right?
Yeah, based on your understanding, that means that the creature is not on the same plane of existence as you.
Damn. But that's it for the spell.
oh, so that
Done, though.
so it's not dead. It's not even like present on this plane. It's
Correct.
if it doesn't appear at all, that means it's not here at all.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's the casting for the day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everyone kind of like yowls at the water and says, "It's broken."
Malika just kind of walks away without another word.
There's the stairs down, there's the way back up, and then there's the new door that you've just found.
Wait,
Shall we open the door,
yeah.
or where should we go?
Open the door. Open the door.
Oh,
Open
yeah.
the door.
All right, I will open it.
Here, Hezrod's gonna back you up.
As you open the door, you see very familiar looking railing. As you kind of
Oh, this
step
place.
out into the space, you'll note that you are one level down from the level that you started off at. You will note, too, interestingly enough, that this...
Is there a white marble line?
There's a white marble line to the right of you that looks like it's actually kind of at a juncture that might be sealed. But the important part is directly across from you. Bear with me here.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, dragon. It's absolutely.
That's last Friday.
Oh, sorry.
Besides
Wait,
that,
an actual dragon? Or
No,
if-
not an actual.
the statue, yeah. Please say statue.
It's a dwarven mechanical dragon.
No, so you would see that there is a plaque made out of bronze with writing upon it. It looks like it's engraved similarly to how the demon face's kind of plaque was engraved.
All right, I will take a step forward, make sure that don't get shot with lances or anything.
No, you can actually see a little bit better down to the bottom here. The glowing light is a bit more allowant to you being able to see down. It looks like there are 4 statues that are flanking kind of a weird, strange kind of pit in the center, and your tome dwarf that got knocked out of the sky is kind of laying dead near one of the statues. It looks like it bounced pretty heavily against it, as you can see, like a splatter of the dark blood on the statue's like top, but other than that, it's as you see it. But if you make your way over to the plaque, you pass by where the white stone flooring is, and it looks like there is a dead end there, just a wall with like a small little foot of a lip of the white stone present. On the wall is an insane amount of writing, but it's very fine and very hard to read from a distance.
Above the white marble line?
Yes.
Or no?
So the writing over here, it's very legible. You'll be able to read it, as you approach it. But this one here, the wall that's kind of settled into this little alcove, it's covered with fine writing, but it's also at its foot is another white marble kind of platform. Or white
We all have
marble
the masks
floor.
on, right?
Yeah, I think we haven't taken them off. Let me see if I have anything with a magnifying glass in it.
Hezrod points down to the pit and says, "Should I blow it up?"
I don't
I
think
believe
so.
we are
Not yet.
fine.
Malika, from here, it looks like you can read it. It reads as follows. The ring is a path to another tome. The dead abhor sunlight. Only a jewel can tame the frog. Bow as the dead god intoned. Into darkness descend.
Would you mind copy and pasting that into the chat?
It's in the
It did.
Discord.
Who
Oh,
has
thank
the
you.
skull at the moment?
I believe Hezrod tossed it to you when you weren't here.
Oh, Fiona would pull out, or sorry, do you read this aloud, Malika?
Malika will point it out because she can't read. Wait, what language is it in?
Common.
Oh, yeah, then she would point it out to Fiona.
Okay, and Fiona would read it aloud to everyone. When she gets to the part about the jewel, she'll pull out the skull and kind of indicate, perhaps it's one of these. Oh, but remember, masks on just in case. And she secures her mask again.
Okay. Do you have a magnifying glass on?
I have a lot of writing and utensils like that, but none of them explicitly say that it has a magnifying glass, I think.
Yeah, magnifying glass is a very specific item.
Didn't we have one at one point?
I don't know.
No, I think we had magnifying goggles.
I don't have Oh yeah, the magnifying goggles. Someone still has. I think it's Avran's hands now, right?
Yeah, field glass.
You took everything from Avran.
Oh no, but I gave it back.
It's children.
Who did I give it to? Did I give it to Tom? Or wait, someone has them though because Fiona has double sight, so she doesn't need the magnifying glass anymore.
Did Alton have them?
I think
Hold
Alton had them.
Hold on. Let me look at the thing.
I'll
That was
satisfy.
like the first session.
Alton had them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Damn.
Cool. Out of
I think that was
curiosity,
like the first session I was in.
I know Fiona can see super well, super far, but I don't know if that devil's sight does it extend
No.
to up close too.
It doesn't magnify anything. So again, if you want to read the writing without a magnifying glass, you'll have to step up close and kind of get in close to read it, thus stepping onto the white marble line.
Avran will do
Oh,
it.
the writing's through here.
Yeah, it's just a little indent. I am naturally averse to setting off alarms, so that's going to be a pass for me.
Avran will do it.
Wait. I don't know, but can maybe, and she kind of turns to Malika and Avran, and actually Hezrod. The magically inclined can answer this. Do you think that stepping on the marble is what triggers it, or is it passing through it? Because I have a spell that can make one of us fly.
If it's that kind of a trap, Soma's probably the one to ask.
Remember, when I send the beholder can across, it didn't step on the marble, and it was still attacked.
I think it's a line of sight
That's
type thing.
That's a great point. So yes, it probably is more. Yeah.
I believe it's
It's
breaching.
more
And
of a sensor rather than
Yeah.
Pressure.
a pressure.
and I suppose it's
Tripwire,
also
so
worth
to
noting
say.
that we've probably
That's
set
not-
off like 30 of them.
Steps
True.
right there, and before he does anything else, he's going to do a quick look around. So you said there's statues down here?
Yep, they're a good couple dozen so feet down. It's another level below you, and then another level below that. So it's another good 100 feet or so.
So, but we can tell they're statues.
Massive statues.
Okay, are they roughly gargoyle sized?
No, much more bigger than gargoyle.
Okay. So with that in mind, if he looks up and around at like the corners of the room and the levels going, does he see any other gargoyles?
No, but what he does see is directly north of the, or directly above, kind of near where the plaque is, there appears to be a hole in the wall that's about 3 feet by 3 feet, or a 3 foot diameter rather, hole, just kind of like a tunnel or a pipe, kind of settled inside of a wall, completely black inside.
Also, y'all, I found something. You gotta stand right where I am
Oh.
to see it.
Yeah,
See
I
it,
see that
Kel?
too. Yeah,
Ezra kind of
That's,
past you, and he says, "Come on,
that's-
I found something weird."
In the glowing light, across from you, what you can see from this distance appears to be another devil's head. It
bit bigger, huh?
looks like the ground around it is cracked, and it looks like it's entirely made out of jade.
Fancy.
Can everyone read the thingy? The inscription?
What's that?
Can everyone read the inscription?
Yeah, it's as I posted it in the Discord.
Oh, okay.
I think he meant the one by the marble line.
Yeah.
Oh, are you crossing the line to read it?
Do I have to, or can I step on
It's
the line?
very fine writing. It's very hard to see.
Shit.
You'd have to lean in to kind of be able to view it.
Mm.
Basically, it's like the fine print at the bottom of a legal contract or whatever.
Got you.
But the whole wall is covered with
That's
it.
ominous.
I mean, no time to,
Yeah.
start being cautious, right?
I mean, if you're gonna do it though, Fiona's gonna step a safe distance away from you, so she's gonna get over here.
He's like, I want to see what happens, but I want to be over here when
It's
it does.
definitely a lot of writing, so I don't know if that's going to dissuade Avran from carrying, but it looks like it goes from like a good 10 feet high all the way down
Alright.
to like
Everyone will skip on the reading for now.
definitely going to be a process.
This isn't book club.
I'm gonna skip on the reading.
Malika, you can see that the stairs here ascend. It goes back up, and then as you kind of bypass them and move towards this strange kind of recess, it's like almost kind of broken down and almost pitted into the ground a bit. Not too deep, but yeah, cracked. The walls are carved with images of terrified humanoids falling, like almost like old style caricature of like people falling into hell, that kind of motif. But as you're approaching it, you can hear the forlorn cries that seem to kind of echo in this chamber and into the hallway that you're entering into.
So this demon face is popping up out of the ground
Yeah. It's
rather than from the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of coming. Yeah, it's not in the wall. It's kind of coming up, and it's kind of like.
Any religious significance beyond everyone's falling into hell? Or any demonic significance?
Couldn't say for sure. I mean, yeah, there's no knowledge you're going to glean. Like there's no. I don't have anything for you. It is just a demon face in kind of a weird room.
I don't want to go in there. I'm scared.
Okay.
Stick your hand in its mouth.
You would know if you are trained in religion. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know that the face is that of a bearded devil.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you kind of step into the room, the sounds of screaming or crying coming from it become more like vicious and more like there's a batting as well, kind of like strange kind of like violence incurring. And as you're kind of like, probably shaking a little bit to it, the mouth erupts with darkness and bats start filling out the chamber.
Ah!
I need Malika, Soma, Avran, Kel, and Hazrod all to make dexterity saving throws as a swarm of bats is just going to straight rush through the group.
Is it Dex?
Yeah, dex saving throw.
Everyone gets +4 next to
Not
me.
me. I'm not close to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
21.
Malika,
Fuck you,
Soma,
bats.
and
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Kel.
Sure.
Bats.
Is it +4?
Yeah, you get +1.
It's
Sweet.
a +6, I think. Let me just double check that it's a 6.
Malika, are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know. Is a 14 enough? Okay, I won't use it.
I'm just asking if you want to use it or not.
I know you are.
Trap! It's a trap on top of a trap.
Okay, I don't want to use it.
I wouldn't use
Okay,
it. I wouldn't use
cool. Everybody ducks and kind of like, does like one of these as the bats kind of rush through everything. And, oops, I picked up the wrong token. And they fly up into the loft area. And Hezrod, as you kind of watch them go up into kind of the shadowy space, you do recognize, and didn't really notice before, but around where the gargoyles are, there appear to be kind of like holes that lead upwards. Some
Interesting.
several,
Oh,
120 or so feet above you.
120.
So
kind
the
of.
bats kind of flow into them and disappear?
Yep.
Okay, good to know.
Sorry, is there sunlight coming up through those holes?
No.
Oh, okay.
I imagine they twist and turn.
Bats typically don't fly towards sunlight.
Well,
I mean, if they gotta get out, though, right?
What about
Well-
hellbats?
they're scattering, okay?
The
Sunbats.
the crazy kind of weird sound is no longer present as you
It's those damn bats.
look around the room. The mouth Malika on inspection looks like it's wide enough for you to go into. It's looks like there's like a shaft in there that was filled with bats.
Your whole body, Malika.
That plaque did say "Into darkness descend," but
Hey, Avran. I
Yes.
think a person could walk in there. Do you want to check it out and see what's in there?
It's definitely more of a climbing situation, but yeah, a person could fit in there.
You could climb right
Good.
in.
Could an Avran fit in there?
Yeah, it's wide enough that anybody could kind of go in and do like, you could kind of brace your back against one side of the cylinder and kind of brace your arms or hands against the other side and kind of slowly work your way down.
And
Fuck
like
it, Avran
take
will
a
do it.
selfie.
Everyone will hop in
like-
there.
Do you want me to hold the rope?
Yes!
Uh,
We have rope, right? Because Avran's rope is gone.
yeah.
You lost that shit.
I got rope.
Hezrod has about 90 feet of rope on him.
Okay, cool.
Because he has his rope, and then he has Eric's rope that Eric gave him after Eric cut his rope.
Okay. Alright, so we tie that up. Hezrod strong. He's holding the rope, and Avran is going into the demon hole.
Okay. So it descends about 30 or so
Crazy.
feet, 30 or 40 feet, and then you can see that there's light beneath you. It's almost as if you pass through like a dark space or some sort of magical darkness,
Cool.
and then kind of enter into like a space that's more well lit. If you keep descending, bear with me here.
We do.
I will.
You know we take risks, baby girl.
Oh yeah, I am well aware. Unless it involves reading, because fuck that.
Mm-hmm. We don't read. We smite.
You find that you are directly over what appears to be Jonah and myself.
Ooh.
And Snap.
Okay. I don't see anything.
Do you have a light source? Because you do not have dark vision.
I believe I can cast light. Let me just double check to make sure. Yes, I can.
Okay. So as you cast light... Oh, this room should be lit anyways.
Oh, okay.
What the heck is happening here? Oh, I see.
If anything, I was going to cast it on my armor, so I don't have to... Well,
There we go.
oh, okay. Oh,
You would
Hello?
see around you, it looks like you are in some sort of strange crypt. A very strange place to be sure. What you see below your feet, and it's a good 20 feet down from where you're at when you first enter into the chamber, is a golden boat set on a dais of 3 steps. Inside of the golden boat is an adamantine sarcophagus. with carvings upon it, and a painting, what appears to be some sort of human with a jackal's head. Encircling the chamber, you can see that there are carvings of locusts kind of in the walls. You'd also note that there appears to be a dead person lying on the ground, and strange, a strange sheen to the sarcophagus and the boat. There's a strange kind of like gloss to it. Like there's some sort of substance on it.
We're gonna divine sense first.
Okay. Yeah, nothing.
What?
No, there's nothing crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Afran, are you dead?
Can I hear him?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a weird light, energy, magic fuckery going on. There's a body and a sarcophagus.
Wait. Did you say a sarcophagus?
Fiona, Afran found something weird.
Oh, all right. She just
Come
kind of runs
quickly.
over, hearing the words like sarcophagus and light. Like she's hearing him shout this, so she kind of walks over. Avran,
He's
do you
currently not
see
here.
any other sorts of light? You said that the thing is dead, right? Does it appear to be human?
The human corpse is dead. Fully.
Right. Do you see any frogs down there?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks, I guess. She kind of turns to the others. I'm pretty sure the ring is in a path to another tomb might be referring to this.
The body below you is a skeleton, sorry to be accurate. And it's
it's a skeleton.
It's a dwarf skeleton. Looks like it's clad in tattered yellow robes. And it looks like underneath it there was chainmail and a bronze shield that's kind of laying out with it. And to be more accurate too, the statues around you, they appear to be kind of I want to say lions, but it's almost like they have lupine kind of, not lupine, sorry, rabbit-like features.
Okay. Got you. Not good, but okay.
Avran, you need any help down there?
Mayhaps. I'm going
Alright.
to check the body.
Yeah.
Do you see...
While he's
Oh,
That's
sorry.
already secure with the rope, so he can just hang tight and hold it while everybody scoots on down there.
Hezrod, is it just a cavern, or is there any other routes down there that you can see? Or is it just a hole?
You just send down to the ground.
yeah,
It's a
I'm gonna go
hole.
down.
Well, okay, so Avran, you make it to the ground, is that right?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Kelly, you start making your way down, right?
yes.
Cool.
Oh, I thought I was already down. So.
I did not get that in the mix, so I'm just making sure.
My
it's-
bad.
I don't assume anything. That said, once you're on the ground, you do notice too that like on the walls and on the flooring, there appears to be this kind of purple matter that almost looks like offal or viscera, but it's not the right color.
Yeah, it's unnatural, is what it is. Okay. Avran is going to check the skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to go by the skeleton. He's not going to really touch it, but he's going to... I mean, he has to touch it to see what's underneath it and in its pockets. Fuck. Yeah, alright. He'll check it. He'll check the body.
It genuinely does not look like any of the dwarfs that you've seen in this place so far, and based on its just bone structure not being completely petrified or solidified, you assume that this person got in here in some way outside of the door method and died somehow.
Hmm.
His flesh looks like it was melted from his body.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh shit.
The metal seems to be
Great.
perfectly intact.
Oh.
Hell promptly ascends up the.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Melted? Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I get you. Okay, so Kelly, you descend.
Flesh?
Yeah.
Flesh melted? Armor fine, though?
You're like, what does this tell me? Oh, it tells me this armor is disintegration proof.
I mean, everyone, after checking the body, he'll probably walk near, not the sarcophagus, but the boat structure that it's in.
Okay. And as I mentioned, it definitely has like a weird, strange glossiness to it. It's,
The
Yeah, I
boat?
think
the
Fiona's
boat
magic
and
eyes.
the sarcophagus, yeah.
Situation needs Fiona's magic eyes.
And the
I'm
guy
ahead.
died just before reaching said sarcophagus.
Something must have
So-
stopped him. You would actually, from this vantage point, see that he probably entered in from the right side. Looks like there's a passageway there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will also head
I think
down.
I would.
Okay.
I think I'll take a closer look at the.
Is everybody going to make their way down? And is anybody going to be doing anything before everyone's down here?
Before Fiona goes
that's all right.
down, she wants to look down and see how far she can see down.
Solid black.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
At
so
the
magical
bottom,
darkness.
Yeah, there's a magical
the
darkness
bottom?
barrier in between.
Oh, but I can see through. Oh, but it's this other kind. Right.
It's the shenanigans darkness. Go ahead,
It's the
Hedron.
shenanigans.
Chad, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at the bottom, does this hole like drop down out of the ceiling? Like, is there a drop from the ceiling to the floor?
You've got a rope, so yeah, that's true. But you're going to be able to descend it. But you can't see
That's
the
fine.
drop because you have
Right.
magical
Well, just
darkness
that-
that you have to go through.
So, Hezrod was holding the rope for everybody else, but then when it's his turn to go last, he ties it off to the horn
Okay,
and climbs it down. So
got it.
I was just making that note because that means we'll have to come back and get the rope at some point.
Perfect. So I'm just going to grab everybody and move them on in. Soma, Malika, Hezrod, and Fiona. All right.
Fiona, what do your magical eyes see?
All 30 of them.
Shut your damn mouth. She actually just kind of looks down, kind of swallows nervously. I can't see anything. This is a different kind of.
Well, no, you're down here now. It's not dark.
Yeah, we're all down here.
Oh, all right. She just kind of looks around. I mean, I can't really pick up on magic. It's more just that if there's anything magically dark, I can see through it.
Ah.
But she looks over at these. She immediately starts suspecting these kind of Leonin statues.
Yeah, they definitely have like an almost they're cat-like, but they also have bunny-like traits. Like their ears are slightly longer. What the hell?
look, I got a cameo.
Oh my god, you can't have Zach. You can't have a fucking Zach. What the fuck is happening?
Best buds.
Hmm.
So cute.
He says hi.
They are Leonin, but they are also bunny-like.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry.
So have we tried opening the coffin yet?
Nope.
Are there any religious significance to the coffin stuff?
Yeah, I'm
It's
wondering about the shape.
very strange, but nothing is jumping out at you. Again, remember, the Montoulet's religion is not one that you can kind of track mentally. So
It's
there's
too
a lot
old.
of learning that you'll want to jot down on some of this. If it's a symbol that I feel like you'll recognize, I will let you know there's a religion check to be made. But yeah, there's no, so far as to say, nothing is jumping out in religious sense. Avran, as you kind of walk around that side of it, though, you do notice that there appears to be a face kind of looking at you. But as you kind of look over in that kind of little alcove there, you realize that it's not a face that's jutting towards you. It's actually a face that's recessed into that alcove. Like it's like you can put your face into the face. But because, I don't know if you are aware of this super crazy trick of the eyes, but if you look at a concave face, it It actually looks
Yeah.
like it's actually jutting out towards you. So
Mhm.
you see that, and it does appear to have eye holes.
Ah! Oh. Ah.
Do you want to walk over to the alcove and look through?
I mean, no, but I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, you can just see that there's a hallway that leads
Ah.
to the next level of the thing, and it definitely looks like a lot of this weird purplish grime is all about in this space.
Open this? Is this able to be opened?
No.
Oh, okay. Bullshit.
Shall I check the coffin before we move on?
So, I'm getting feedback from somebody.
Oh, that's me, sorry.
Okay, no worries. But if you look at the coffin in the boat, they have this very strange kind of glossiness to it. It's almost like it's coated in some kind of substance that's causing it to be shiny.
Is it like a green patina?
No, no. It is very much like someone coated it in like
Okay, so it's not like oxidation, but I'm saying, is it like Orvo?
No. There's no color to the sheen. It's almost like it's bar topped, like someone like covered it with a lacquer or something,
Laminated.
or laminated it. Yeah,
That's weird.
but it's definitely a liquid that's kind of causing this weird kind of sheen to it.
Hezrod licks it.
Do you?
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
he licks the boat.
Okay. The second your tongue touches the boat, it becomes stuck to the boat.
Oh no! Here we go.
Oof.
Despite your best efforts, without harming yourself, you will not be able to remove your tongue.
Well, okay. I'm sorry, Hezrod. I pull out the great sword of sharpness.
Yeah.
No!
Bye. No, just
Hezrod,
kidding.
Hezrod, do you want to pull your tongue away from the thing very rapidly?
Like, is this like licking a frozen?
That sounds like a
plant?
bad idea.
No, it's not like that at all. It's worse than that. Do you want to pull your
Sounds
tongue
like
away?
It's the worst.
Oh
Oh, God.
Jesus.
No, Hezrod.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. No.
Okay.
Hezrod's not in a hurry now.
Okay. Well, you're stuck to it. Do you try and push yourself away from it?
I'm not gonna touch it, not with like my hands.
Can I take out my cooking utensils and try to like grab like a spatula?
Okay.
And try to
Spatula.
get under it.
The second the tip of the spatula touches it, the tip of the spatula becomes locked onto it in that position.
Oh.
The second that
Oh.
happens, Soma, you're watching the situation. I need you to just make a good old-fashioned intelligence check.
Oh God, that's not good.
I think you as a
Yeah.
player might recognize what's happening here. If you want to go ahead and throw out a venture, you can, but
It has the dust of stickiness on it.
Well, there you go. Look at that.
Damn.
Covered in
Sovereign glue.
Sovereign glue.
A glue that cannot be removed by anything besides universal solvent appears to be coating the entirety of the boat and the sarcophagus. Hezrod is now stuck to it, as is the spatula from Kel's cooking utensil set.
Yeah, there's
Damn,
not
that's
gonna
my
be
favorite spatula.
there's not gonna be a clean, easy way to get
Wait.
detached.
Can Avran grab some of the purple stuff and sprinkle it on Hezrod's tongue and the
Oh, no.
spatula?
Do you do that?
Wait, purple stuff you said?
Hold on, sorry. Avran, do you do that?
Yes.
Okay. The parts that don't fall away from the boat stick to the boat and now create a nasty viscera that's on and
Oh,
around Hezrod's tongue.
yuck.
Chad, I want to put this in perspective for you, since this is happening to your character, and I want your character to have the full gravity of what's happening to you. Have you?
He's gonna rip the shit away.
Okay, cool. That's gonna happen. But I just want to, once the stuff gets put on you before that, I just want you to understand what was just put in your face. Have you ever smelled like rotting vegetables in real life? I'm assuming yes, most people have, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Have you
the
ever
consistency of it is gross.
Have you ever smelt like the leftover fry grease that's kind of deposited in the back of a McDonald's? If you
Yes.
take both of those scents and shove them together to make one scent, it's half as bad as what's currently being deposited onto your tongue. And it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like the scent really blossoms until it's like really close to your nose. Like it's not
No.
filling this chamber out with a gross smell.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's been activated. And as you
If
tear
nothing else, yeah.
as you tear your tongue away, you take 7 points of slashing damage. And as the bits kind of fall off, but some of it's still stuck to the thing, you can see a nice patch where your tongue was. And you can also see quite a bit of blood in that spot. You definitely in the tongue as you rip the top layer of it off.
I definitely did what to my
You
tongue?
rip the top layer off of your tongue, like clean off.
Can you still cast spells with?
I would be fine with that, especially if he's going to heal himself. That's fine.
Yeah, that's probably what he's like fanning his mouth, but really he's like casting.
Yeah,
two
six
wounds on his
here.
tongue. He watches like
Damn.
blood is just like flowing down his face, but he's like, it's slowly like kind of heals over.
So it seems that this sarcophagus cannot be.
I don't think we're getting into it right now. No.
Does anybody have mage hand or anything like that?
Nope.
I
Thank
do.
you,
Fiona
I'm a paladin. Oh,
Fiona has it.
I do. Yeah.
good for you.
Is it a cantrip?
It's a cantrip, yes. But before I do that, I've been doing my own thing in the corner, so I'm just gonna finish that if you don't mind.
What were you doing?
I was looking at the purple stuff and examining it before
Yeah,
Avril grabbed it.
it looks like the remnants of fleshy creatures, but turned purple and kind of transmuted into a nastier smelling materia.
Gross.
Would she be familiar with this kind of waste? Like, does it seem like it's a magical kind of product or more of like a decaying?
It's certainly not natural.
Huh. Interesting. She also just like kind of looks over at what happened and sees the stickiness, sees the blood, just kind of like
A big chunk of
sighs
Ezra
deeply.
to it, shit.
Yeah. Before walking over, as far away as she can, she's gonna cast Mage Hand. I just want to make absolute sure that my hand isn't gonna get stuck to it. So
No, it's fine. There's nothing about that boat that is less than 5 pounds, or less than however many pounds the mage hand can move or
Yeah,
mess
yeah,
with.
exactly. So instead, I think she wants to examine with the mage hand this like silver part of it.
That's not
is it
silver.
kind of like-
That's
Oh.
adamantine, and also it's very heavy. So yeah, it too is not maneuverable. It is a sarcophagus set inside of a golden boat.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm not opening the sarcophagus. I'm actually just like running the hand along the surface of it, trying to brush off as much of the dust as possible.
There's no dust. It's
No,
covered
it's
with
like
glue.
it's like lacquer. It's like lacquer.
Yeah, it's covered with glue, and the glue's not moving because sovereign glue works in 2 ways. It's not single-sided, so it is very much secured to the other side, and any magical attempts to kind of move it off aren't going to work.
You know what?
Other than universal solvent.
Right.
You can't
Does-
burn. You can't burn it off.
Can't burn it off.
Does that body have gauntlets? Like full fingered gauntlets or mittens?
Mm-mm.
Dang.
I think Fiona wants to like go back to examining the room, hoping that maybe there are other clues or things around like the obvious coffin. These statues, is there anything unique about them, or are they all like exactly the same?
They're all identical, yeah.
Okay. Does the creature bear to mind any sort of mythology she might have read about, or any sort of like actual creature that exists?
No, it's absolutely something that you're not familiar with. It's definitely a strange creature.
Cool. I think she kind of like look at the rest of them before pointing to the corridor that Avron seems to have discovered.
Are you trained in nature? Probably not, right?
No.
I stand by my statement from before. You have no idea what they are.
Before we move
I
on,
know someone who is.
Is it you? Are you the one?
I am, but I don't have a high score in it.
You can make a nature roll.
Do it.
You're the good boy. Get it.
Trained is the prerequisite.
Oh,
No, it looks like, I mean, you are familiar with a smaller creature that is kind of a cross between bunny rabbits and like house cats, domestic house cats, called cabbits. And they are not massive. But your presumption is if those exist, then there are probably larger examples of cabots that exist in the wild, or
Also, we
used
can't
to.
go this way. It's just the look-see.
Before we move forward,
Absolutely.
can I get an escort to like look around in here?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Wow, thank you, Cal. You're such a gentle mer person.
I really want this sarcophagus to be
Oh, y'all, there's another hallway over here.
So as you kind of enter into the space here, Kel and Malika, you see that there is a stone block. It seems to be kind of wedged inside of the wall. It has a painting on it that is identical to the kind of carving on the sarcophagus, a 7-foot tall jackal headed humanoid. And it appears to have a gold medallion around its neck. The gold medallion looks like it's a disc that's actually kind of settled into the stone block.
Hmm.
Okay, Malika will describe that to the rest of the gang. It's not gonna mess with it.
And there's like a little.
Yeah,
What is that?
There's a narrow passageway that kind of goes out and up away from there. It is very narrow. You would have to squeeze to get in, kind of like a side shant, kind of like.
Oh, am I lanky enough to do that?
I mean, everybody as a medium size could go through it. What I'm saying to you is you won't be able to not be squeezing.
Is it long before it opens up? Can you tell, Kel?
I can see it come to a right, about 5 feet. It starts turning right.
Okay.
Might be a good time to use your pet or your
Oop.
familiar. If
Do you pop in a little bit to see if you can't see around it?
Yeah, I'll pop in a little.
Okay. You see that it continues on for quite a distance.
Yeah, it goes in for a little bit. There. Oh.
Looks like it turns and comes down.
Oh. Just getting uncomfortable.
If you
No.
snake back out,
Oh.
unintended.
Oops, sorry.
No, he's
No,
he's the Kyora's the same. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I was just doing a bit. But yeah, you come back out. Looks like it's a weird back tunnel.
But, yeah, that's a squeeze.
Hey, John.
It goes on for a bit.
Go ahead,
Past
Jonah.
He has a cloak on, right? The bottle?
No, he's not wearing clothes.
You said
Oh,
yellow
you said he
cloak.
had a yellow one.
Oh yeah, he does have a yellow cloak. Sorry, he does have a yellow cloak.
Can I use that?
Stop moving around if we're doing stuff in the other chamber. Sorry, guys. I know some of us are ready to explore more. It sounds like others are not. What are you wanting to use it for?
Can I drape it on the top of the sarcophagus and then just push the lid
Okay.
so my hands don't get stuck to
So
it?
you place the over it to push, and it doesn't budge. It's almost like it too is glued.
So
bitch.
Fiona's gonna try
Okay.
something that might be foolish, but I want to see if it works. She's gonna bow
Okay.
in front of the coffin.
You have bowed to an inanimate object.
Damn. She then bows to this face.
Well, the face is recessed, but yeah, you bow to it, and it has been bowed to.
Okay.
It's an idea. It could have worked.
Yeah, I mean, I oftentimes will, throw up gestures at random locations. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. But no, it doesn't seem to be the case.
Cool.
I think you're probably kind of looking towards the writings. Go ahead and make an intelligence roll, Fiona, as you all recollect back into the hallway with Malika.
Let's see. Where's intelligence? There it is.
It very much seemed, with that 18, it very much seemed that the material on the plaque on the first floor dealt with things that were on the first floor. Your assumption is that the plaque on the second floor more than likely has to do with things that were on the second floor. Now that you are on the 3rd floor, you have no advice or information regarding what you would be inspecting or investigating.
Yeah, Fiona unfortunately sighs, looks back to the group. I hate to say this, but I think we have to go back and read that message. Otherwise, we're flying blind, which is, if you're okay with that, that's fine. But it would probably be very helpful to navigate this area.
Back upstairs.
Well, are we on the 3rd floor right now? If we're on the 3rd floor, I need to read that plaque.
No, I think we're way down.
I think there's a plaque right here.
Well, we went through a teleporter. We don't know
That's
what floor we're on.
sorry. That is a door.
Oh,
Yep, and it appears to be solid stone door, but it looks like it is very much just kind of openable.
Open it.
Doesn't look like there's any locking mechanisms or anything to that effect.
openable, like Hezron just fucking teleports right next to me.
Oh,
Goes
the
right
leper
there.
crunk.
Oh, that's because you
Open it.
can't see in the dark.
Open it.
What?
Step on this. Oh, nasty.
Would
Open
anyone
the
like to
door.
open this door?
What's down around this corner?
It looks weird. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Soma, as you're kind of passing by everybody, you do note that there does appear to be a certain, right in that corner as everyone's kind of passing by it, there appears to be a strange kind of shimmer.
Corner, can you ping it? I can't see shit anymore. Okay.
It's here, inside of this kind of space, there's a strange
Okay, the
kind of,
cramped.
yeah, this weird peephole that's kind of in between. There's a shimmer inside of this very narrow. You could reach your hand inside, but you definitely couldn't fit a person in there. The snake might be good, but other than that, this peephole is very narrow.
Hey, Kel, there's I think when we were looking, might have missed it, but there's a little snake-sized hole.
I'll hear that come back. Oh, look at that. Shit, where? No, Kiora.
As you're kind of looking at it from the other side, Avran, and Soma, you're looking at Avran on the other side, what you realize is Avran's face is magnified to you. It looks like he is bigger than you know him to be. And Avran, Soma's also larger than Soma, you expect him to be. But you also notice that he's at an awkward angle and seems to be blocking the gold medallion on the block that he's standing next to, which is strange because he's not technically standing in front of it, but based on the way that whatever is happening here, it seems to be trying to make you look at the medallion.
Does the medallion look like the one that we saw in the chamber on the 1st floor?
No,
Like that disc?
Well, yeah, kind of actually. It is a gold medallion that does appear to have kind of markings across it, like a dial.
Eyes?
This one does not have eyes, no. This one appears to have markings of humanoid-like figures with kind of markings of strange heads.
Heads that look like any of the masks that we found so far?
The only one that kind of immediately jumps out at you would be there's one that looks like it is a jackal. But the gold medallion appears to be just kind of slotted onto the stone wall or stone block, almost as if it was just connected to it by some other force. If you had to venture a guess, it's probably sovereign blue.
Yeah, be careful about what you touch in here.
This one does not seem to have sovereign blue on it, but it might be held together with sovereign. That's what I mean to say. But yeah, if you reach in and kind of manipulate with the strange shimmering, you'll pull out kind of glass lenses that are magnifying glasses.
Uh-huh.
Fiona starts clapping like a school kid. She jumps up a bit.
And a mirror.
This is wonderful. We just found everything we need to go do more research.
No one messed with this door?
No
I
one's
imagine-
touched it yet.
Imagine that, like in real life, none of you respond as either. Like all the characters are just.
Yeah.
Kel just scratches his head.
Whatever, nerd.
Hezrod's looking around every corner looking for a way out of here.
Avran, do you open the door?
Yeah, he opens the door.
It opens easily enough as you open it.
I'll just wait him to pick fights and I'll finish them.
Oh, cool.
You would see that inside of this room there is a kind of 3-foot high stone well, and there's a smoke or steam kind of coming up from it, and you can hear a sound as the stone door starts to open, and you realize that it appears to be a boiling, steaming green liquid kind of settled inside of this strange hole in the ground.
Okay.
There's a door on the opposite side from it, kind of placed to you. You'd also notice as you step in, there's like a presence, like something to your right, almost like there's like a shadow kind of in the corner there. And as you kind of turn to look at it, you see a kind of dark figure that's just kind of standing there in the corner, almost like just a shade of a person that just kind of standing over the the room almost. It's like a good height, and it's almost like its hands are kind of over the pot of, or the floor settling of liquid.
Okay. Is it just the one figure, or is there multiple figures in the room?
Just the one.
All right. So, Avran is going to slowly step away from the figure.
It slowly follows you, but it seems to be doing so in the exact manner that you're walking away from it.
Oh, okay. Coolio.
Would you like to try the mirror?
Avran is going to try and converse with this creature.
Malika,
Hello.
as you're looking at it from the side, it's almost as if the shadowy creature is just mimicking Avran's gestures. It doesn't make any sounds, but every single kind of movement of his head or kind of shift of his body seems to be emulated by this illusory duplicate, if you will.
If it doesn't respond vocally, Avran's probably just going to keep going towards the door.
Okay.
Then actually kind of calls out, wait. If we're on the bottom floor, in darkness it hides. Just letting you know that.
Avran's going to open the door.
Okay.
I think the darkness that was referring to was the pit at the bottom. But that's kind of above us now.
Does its actions change at all when I
Hold
open
on.
the door?
Sorry.
Oh.
Dynamic lighting.
Dynamic. Dun dun dun!
I forgot. The door doesn't open.
Shit.
But you notice that the shadow, as you're moving to open the door, seems to kind of move over top of Avran.
Oh.
And now they're kind of like sharing the same space, but like no clip. And the shadow is trying to open the door as well.
Does the smoke seem toxic? Is there anything about it that would make Malika think this is harmful to people's health?
It has a sweet smell to it. The best kind of real life analogy I could probably grant would be like pea soup.
Pea soup?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Pea
so
soup's
sorry
okay.
for these things. It is accident.
No worries. But it seems to be following Avran's movements precisely. But it seems to be doing so in kind of like a almost reversed state.
Oh, so it was closing the door where I was opening it?
No. It was trying to open the door, but the door
just doesn't open.
Wasn't where it was trying to open the door. Sorry, let me make sure I get you guys on this right. As it's following you, it's kind of following you in reverse.
Okay.
As it gets to your space and kind of enters the same space as you, you're looking at the door. It's looking at the middle of the room. You're making the gestures. It's making the same gestures. It's trying to open a door that's not there. Do you understand?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so Everin will just turn around to the pot,
It turns around to the door.
and I'll go to open the door.
It looks like it's doing the same, but it doesn't do anything.
God
it
damn
does
it, John.
Damn it, fuck.
It's a
Shit,
good
that
idea,
was
though.
smart.
It's a really good
That was
idea.
a good idea.
Okay.
It's just
Shit.
you're looking directly for what you want.
Directly for what I want.
You're trying to do directly what you want. It's not. That may not be exactly what you want.
Ah, fuck. Alright. Can I oh. What are you saying?
What would happen if Averin left the room?
Okay. Do you do that?
Would it just
Yeah.
switch over to one of us?
Let's see what happens when Everin leaves the room.
Okay. You would see that it kind of moves in reverse in the same direction, and once you exit the room, it kind of stops, and then kind of jaunts, and then it seems to be standing across the room from Malika.
Hmm. Is it still mimicking Avran, or is it mimicking
You're out of
Malik?
the room. If you turn to look, I mean, it doesn't seem to be turning around when you turn to look at it.
Malika will, test the mimicry.
It definitely seems to be locked onto Malika.
Would you like to hold up the mirror that we found?
Second. in line.
Yes.
It seems to make a gesture like it's holding something. All the while, the strange pea soup's kind of bubbling between you, and its weird kind of strange steam is rising into the air in front of you.
I think something has to do with the soup.
Is there a ladle in the soup bowl?
There's not. And it's not a soup bowl. It's like a weird stone well that's just filled with the green material.
So
What?
it smells like pea soup, right?
Yeah, it smells like pea soup for sure.
Is it like super scalding?
It's boiling, but no one's touched it yet.
Can we feel heat? Like if Hezrod puts his hand over it, can he feel heat come
No
off of
heat.
it? No heat. He dips a finger in it.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely has like a weird kind of oily consistency to it, whatever it is.
He licks his finger.
Can I use a magnifying, like one of the lenses, to look at the creature, the shadow?
Doesn't change
Nothing.
anything yet. You said you licked it.
Yeah.
He did. He really did. Again.
I mean, Fiona wants to climb back up the rope at this point.
Look at his face. Look at
Are,
John's.
are you looking up a list, or are you just like
It
psyching me out here?
tastes just like pea soup, and it's the perfect temperature of hot. Not scalding,
Yeah.
not cold, but hot soup.
That's it?
And then the taste of it immediately gone. Like you ate nothing. You get the and then
Yeah.
it leaves you.
It's like
It's
like vaping.
yeah, it's like vaping pea soup.
Yeah, Hezrod's just like, oh, and he pulls out like his like dwarven drinking mug, and he just like scoops it through the thing.
Yep. There's like a moment where it looks like there's material in the mug, but then you realize it just kind of steams away.
Okay, so we can't take it out the room. Shit.
He starts like double fisting it, like
Yeah.
shoveling it into his face.
It's like a very quick moment where it seems like it's there, but then it's gone. Like you don't have it for long enough to be able to kind of like do anything with it once you get it out.
Sword, I'm pretty sure this is scrying soup.
Malika will hold her hand over the steam, see if the
Okay. In reverse, you can see that the shadow is doing likewise.
like away from the pot.
At this point, the way that you're positioned, it would actually be
Uh-huh.
standing where Avran's token currently is.
Oh, sorry.
So it's across the way from you, and it's doing the exact same gesture over the pot.
But she's doing it this way?
No, doing it towards the pot.
This way.
She's facing you.
Hezrod's
Malika, reach
still
into
trying
the
to eat
pot.
impossible soup.
Malika reaches into the pot.
Okay, same thing. As your hand kind of reaches into the liquid, it doesn't seem to be kind of like staying with you. But the shadow, it looks like it's consistent in its hands. And when you lift your hand up, it appears to have the contents in its hands.
Malika, like, as it, drinks it to
The
have the creature drink it.
The shadow drinks the soup.
Ooh.
Do you do it again?
Yeah.
And then again?
Yeah.
After 3 times, the creature turns slight green and then fades into steam. The pot stops boiling and the liquid disappears. At the bottom, you see what appears to be a crystal eye. And then you all hear a loud click. Door that was going to be opened falls open and away.
Oh my god, we're so smart.
What in the fucking Harry Potter
Shit.
and the wait, which one was it?
So
The
inside
Deathly Hollow?
of the
Yes.
inside of the strange thing is a crystal eye.
Wait, hold on. The rhyme
It's
said
an
something about it.
incandescent orange crystal that appears to have the shape of an eye, and the carving of it, the shape of it, has been done in such a fashion that the hub of it is kind of like an iris.
Okay, Malika will take it.
Okay. Inside of the room that was just opened, you see what appears to be an empty closet, other than one item, and one item alone: a broom.
Is it a broom of flying?
I don't know, is it?
We take the brew?
Fiona, you identify this broom right now. If it's a broom of flying, I will fucking pee right now.
We take the broom, I guess.
Realizing all your witchy dreams.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Fiona kind of hanging back. She cautiously approaches.
All right, but after I do this, can we please go back and read the information? I just feel like it would really help us doing this horrible, terrifying dungeon crawl.
If you take the 10 minutes to cast Identify as a ritual, you would realize that this broom is, in fact, a broom of flying.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she hands it to Malika, tells her it's a broom of flying, and says,
Could you please use it to take me up so I can do my research now?
Malika
Pause
is
yourself, Jonah.
Poor
I
Fiona.
see you. Stop doing what you're doing.
I was
Are
stopping at the
you
corner.
good? Are you planning on moving to that point while the ritual is being cast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, by all means.
I will allow it, but what I will tell you is up ahead, what you see is the ground is beset with puddles of still water from what you can see up ahead.
Gross. Everyone will just peek around the corner if he can.
Well, if the ritual is cast and you're just holding a defensive point, after everyone reconvenes, Broom of Flying acquired, you would come into that space and you'd see that this 15-foot wide hallway has a puddle that goes all the way down through it. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armor, most of which appear to brandish real weapons that are hanging on the wall. Some of them appear to be stapled to the wall. A 3-foot-high crawlway. Let's see.
So wait, these aren't statues. These are like
No.
corpses.
Yeah.
No, they're
They're carvings, and then the carvings where they would have a weapon, there is instead an actual weapon that has been placed in like slots or has been stapled to the wall.
But they are stationary.
On the east wall, like right about here-ish, I think. Right about here-ish. You can see that very narrow crawlway. It appears to be similar to the one you encountered up above. At the far end of this hallway, you see what appears to be a rippling, transparent curtain of water that is kind of settled in the space that is effectively barring you from moving from going further south.
Okay.
Beyond the curtain, it looks like there's an exact duplicate of the hallway that you're in. It's an exact mirror image.
Got you. Everyone is going to slowly step this way.
Okay.
Avran, be careful! Remember what happened last time you encountered mirrors.
Yes, I remember.
So the Tarnish weapons are kind of like, placed all throughout. The description of them is as follows: a series of frog-headed females with tridents, goat-headed males with sickles, unarmed hawk-headed females, panther-headed males with blowguns, lizard-headed females with maces, stork-headed males with hand axes. The hand axes ones are adjacent to the crawlway, and in actuality, due to the nature of the crawlways being kind of not terribly tall, which is something Kel would have noticed when he went on his side, it's like they're straddling. The stork-headed males are straddling them.
Malika?
Yes.
You still have that jewel, yes?
Yep. She'll hand it over to Abram.
Righty. Avern will slowly and cautiously go down towards the waterfall with jewel in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Carefully.
Nothing crazy happens.
Okay. So he gets to said waterfall.
Okay.
He holds it out towards the waterfall or wall of water.
Okay.
He touches the jewel with the wall of water.
It ripples as water would do.
Can I pass through?
You can try. Are you-
Everyone will try.
Okay. As you pass through, what you all watch is him go into the water, not appearing in the reflection, and then appear walking back out. And what you see, Avran, is you walk through, and then your friends are on the other side.
Ah. Triggery. I see. I don't know what's on the other side. Walk back to the group. They're my friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we?
Ezra in the face.
Let's go explore upstairs. Everyone's like, well, fuck that. We found other rooms.
Yeah, at this point, Fiona's just like, you know what? It's been a long day. I deserve this. This is my me time. She gets the magnifying glass and then just goes back towards the rope. She's just gonna go up herself. Screw these. Like, this is her me time.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
also have this little area
Nope,
Yeah.
she's going back up to read.
where
I
a
don't think
snake.
anybody wants to be the one to squeeze in there.
Is anyone
Well,
going with Fiona back up the rope?
I don't think
Not
Avron
currently.
can after going through the thing, right?
No, you're here. You're with everybody. There's nothing
Yeah,
weird.
no.
Nothing changed other than you walked into a space and it literally had you walk out of that space back into the space you were in to start with. These aren't different people. These are your people. Nothing changed. You literally just
Avron
walked
Avron
into...
is highly suspicious of these fake duplicates
Kill them all.
of his friends.
Fiona would never leave the party.
That's shocking. Blasphemy, she says as she walks away.
Yeah. So is anybody going with Fiona or is she on her own?
I think
maybe one person should.
Are you Lord of the Rings?
she is.
I am indeed. She's confident in her abilities, but she might kind of actually look over at Kel.
Do you mind if I take your cute little friend? He's just so adorable.
Oh, yeah. See why not? I mean, I was gonna have him actually. Let me see if he might meet you if he goes through this tunnel.
Ooh, cool. She'll just kind of nod her head and then wave off, like,
You can join me later if you want or not. I'll return once I've read it.
and heads off.
Okay. You climb back up the rope. You make your way out of the hole, and then you walk over to the railing, and then you make your way over to the wall. Is that accurate?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. You pull out the magnifying glass, and then you look. Oh, hold on a second here. Off. You walk up to it, pull out the magnifying glass, and look, and it looks like a bunch of names. Thousands of names written from top to bottom. They're all different. A lot of them look very old style naming conventions. But you do notice that a couple of them have the surname Montoulet. It doesn't look like they're held to any kind of higher standard or elucidated any more so than any of the other names that are present on this icon.
Ooh, true. But still, seeing those words, she will take out her quill and paper, and one at a time, make sure to write down like the full names of every Montoulet she sees on the board.
Sure. That's fine, yeah. While that's happening, back downstairs, we are at this strange impasse.
Yes.
You're sending the snake to the tunnel?
Yeah, I want to see if he came out over on the other side of the tunnel where I tried to slip in.
Yeah, he will make his way through.
Then I'll start walking that way.
And he will come around out onto the other side, yeah.
All right. Then I'll walk over.
Okay. Now, Fiona, I do have her kind of placed in that room, but she's actually up the rope and in the second level.
Kind of look to Kiora, and I'll be like, was it narrow the whole way? Look for a nod.
No.
Okay. Is there a big space at some point in there?
Shake.
What's that?
Shake.
Like shake now?
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
So nothing else is going on
See.
with this waterfall.
didn't see anything shiny or anything like that.
You tried to walk through it, and it effectively shunted you back into the same space you were in.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if you were walking into the same room that you'd started off in.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Everyone will leave.
Okay. You don't do anything with the walls or anything?
Would I?
I told you what was on the walls. I'm going to read it again one more time. Please take notes. Frog-headed females with tridents. The tridents are
Yeah.
real. The weapons are real. Okay.
Yeah.
Goat-headed males with sickles.
Mhm.
Unarmed hawk-headed females.
Mhm.
Panther-headed males with blowguns. Lizard-headed females with maces. And stork-headed males with hand axes that are straddling the tunnelway. One of them straddling the tunnelway.
You could do something with that gem towards one of the frog-headed statues
Yeah.
as opposed to the waterfall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, everyone will hold up the gem towards the
It's hard to
forehead.
see through. It doesn't appear to be a lens of any kind, and it doesn't seem to change anything or anything at all. It doesn't seem like it's related to this particular matter.
Okay. I mean, there's also, we could try to take one of the weapons.
What weapon would you like to take?
A trident?
Okay. You have a trident. It's easily pulled off of the wall. It appears to have a bone shaft, and the head of it appears to be made out of bronze.
That's it.
It's a nice enough trident. Yeah, you pulled it off the wall. What would you like to do with
Okay.
it?
Oh, I was expecting death, but we will
Sorry.
take this. We will. I will take this and walk away.
Okay.
Yep, I will walk away.
That happens.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Right.
All right, is everybody going back upstairs?
Yes. Yes.
Malika, is that
Yes.
true of you as well? Oh, they're away. Okay.
You
Hezron
guys are already
gazed
down there?
forlornly at the chunk of his tongue stuck to the boat before exiting the room.
I give Hezrod the trident.
Okay. I'm gonna grab everybody
Lord of the Tridents.
up, and Fiona, you're doing some pretty studious note taking up above. Again, the names are ancient old. None of them really stand out.
Okay. Just out of curiosity for herself, she would quickly scan to see if there's any woods that pops up.
No, there's not. However, there does appear to be a Malik, which you know is kind of an older variant of your lineage, based on your studious understanding of your own kind of backstory.
Huh.
Librariness.
She would take note of the full name of the Malik then, just out of like morbid curiosity.
Yeah, sure.
Well.
It's Riker Malik.
Okay.
Like the first officer aboard the Enterprise D, Riker.
Like sits in a chair by stepping over it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely that energy. Okay.
Okay.
You are kind of startled as you're kind of writing, as you hear everyone else kind of coming over in your direction.
Oh, hello. These are just a bunch of names. I've been able to find some of note.
And she starts like kind of referring to the Montalais ones. Which, by the way, do you know? Should I like? Do you want to send me them or?
They're not going to matter.
Oh, okay, cool. She'll just like briefly point to those.
Does anyone else have any persons of interest that they might be looking for?
And she'll kind of like hold up the magnifying glass.
Yes, but they won't be in a place like this.
I mean, everyone will try, see if he recognizes anyone.
You just leaning in and looking? Or looking at the magnifying glass?
With the magnifying.
Okay. Yeah, nobody did know.
Okay. Everyone will give it back. I do not know anyone here.
And from this spot, can I actually see all the way down this hallway to this far room?
What you can see, what you can see?
Okay. There is another sarcophagus down this way.
We can't trust those damn sarcophagi.
This time we probably shouldn't lick it.
Everyone says.
Crap.
Did someone move through
Do
a
not
wall?
lick it.
Oh, yeah, I accidentally moved Kiora in there.
How dare.
And I cannot move him out.
Yep.
Well,
Oops.
everyone gives the magnifying
Thank
glass
you.
back and begins heading towards the group. The squad, if you will.
Wait a minute. Do we want to take... has everyone taken their turn with the glass to see if they recognize someone?
I mean, Hezrod is not expecting to find any familiar names written on a wall.
Oh, familiar names.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Kel take a peek for shits and giggles.
Cool.
Bunch
Hand it over.
a bunch
He
We
of
doesn't expect
recognize
anything.
your
Bunch of-
great grandmama.
So what you would discover, and it might be the only important subject matter here, is that the names in question are all human,
Mhm.
of Osirian bent, elvish, and dwarvish.
Like the script on the box.
It's almost like it's a memorial of some
Yeah,
sort.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She kind of immediately realizes
This is probably a plaque dedicated to all of them. I kind of question whether passing through,
and she points to the white marble thing.
is going to be bad or good. I don't know if maybe this is where they're all buried or something.
Try it.
Not a lot has been good in here
That-
so far.
We have definitely killed a couple of them again.
As Soma moves into the hallway, Hezrod reaches over and puts his hand on Soma's shoulders. He says, "Be careful," and he casts guidance.
So for your stealth check as you move up, you'll have 1d4 additional.
Nice.
All right.
You go, sneaky rogue man.
Fiona, do you bypass the white marble before we move on?
as tempting as it is, it could just be like an instant death. It could just be death. So
Could be.
Or just
But it
another
could-
bong.
Or it could be where they're buried or something cool, like their headquarters, like their secret cool headquarters.
Take the risk, woman.
I just need you to tell me what you want to do, and then I need to act on that. That's all I can do. So if you
Can
want to,
we throw a rock through it?
it doesn't do anything.
Oh.
It has
Okay.
to be matter.
She'll just walk away
I mean,
sadly.
it could also be another piece
Okay.
to a puzzle.
So
It could be. That's the
so
thing.
go
I
ahead.
think all crossing that threshold would do would stick some gargoyles on your ass.
It
Hezron
could do
should know
that.
Hold on.
Could activate something. So
Hold on.
yeah.
Soma, go ahead and make a stealth check. And you have a D4 additional to that.
I mean, you don't have to use it.
Might as well. We're trying
Save it for the
trying to
next-
style. If you get the 4, it's like a 30. Oh, 30 result on the stealth. Soma, so smooth. Once you get to this
Disappears.
Once you get to this intersection, it's like a 4-way intersection. The corridors to the north and south seem to curve upward and out of sight, like they go whoop. But with no rails or steps to allow them to be climbed. There's a corpse of a half-human, half-goat creature in robes. They appear to be red. That sprawls 10 feet to the north of you. It appears to be gripping a staff tipped with a bronze goat's head.
Okay. They can't be climbed except by people with slippers of spider climbing.
Yeah, I mean, you can try.
I mean, since I'm nice and stealthy, I guess I will. I don't see anything other than that corpse in these.
Yeah, so like they kind of curve up and away, but this guy's at a point where gravity's kind of settled with him. He's laying on the ground, so you could walk over to him and abscond with his itemry, or you can climb up.
Yeah, I'll look up a little ways first, just to make sure there's not, more animated guardians loaded into a jet tube to drop down on somebody.
It's interesting as you're walking. Like it's almost like there is a perfect nature to this structure. Like it's almost like you want to keep going because you think it's going to go full circle to the other side. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Bear with me here.
Dun, 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 dun. You have unlocked.
Okay.
death.
The sweet release of death, no less.
Bear with me here. As you make your way around and come back down the other side, the first thing you realize is that the body of the strange creature is no longer there.
Oh,
You
one
also
of these. Okay.
hear that it's completely still in this chamber, and you're kind of moving out into the intersection. Laying in the intersection is a book, like a journal, just laying on the ground as if it was dropped there.
Does it have any writing on the front or anything like that?
It does not. It's
Oh.
like a leather-bound.
Sure. I'll pick it up and look and see what's inside.
Okay, 1 second.
Dost thou lift?
It's a mimic.
Joke's on you. This whole dungeon is a mimic.
I'm sure it's a nice little message written in white soapstone that says "try head" or something like that. John, is that what we're getting at here?
It says try finger but hole.
What's the other one? Like, you don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 12 times in a row.
Yeah.
To all my Elden Ring and Dark Souls players.
Okay, so it reads in the journal, to those who find this, know that I, Devlin Bashir, am the last surviving member of the Company of the Yellow Banner. The Warlord...
Oh,
Yeah, I will. Yeah. There's more to it.
gotcha. Yes, shit. That's such a badass name. And he has the head of a jackal, you guys.
Or goat?
Is it a goat?
Jackal's the other one.
Jackal.
Jackal was the sarcophagus boat.
There were those were there were. We saw a jackal head on the medallion, and
Well,
Right.
there were goats in the statues in the waterfall room.
And we also saw a boar bear.
We saw a man bear pig as a ghost.
Man bear.
I'll read it real quick. To those who find this, know that I, Devlin Bashir, am the last surviving member of the Company of the Yellow Banner, the Warlord of Snakes. I don't know why it. Oh, because I typed it really fast. The Warlord of Snakes. Sanks. I almost typed it the same way again. Stripped us of our weapons and threw us in here on orders of his master, Alanusuro. I can only imagine our souls are to be fed to his strange body. Alas, it seems he has won. Our company was separated after the incident with the four-armed gargoyle. The Tome Guardians tore Seward to pieces, and with him we lost the Starfallen. Our quest was a failure. Even if we'd found the eye, the elf princess was gone. My friends wouldn't have lasted long without their weapons, especially with a doppelganger in our midst, as Seth suspected. Of course, I kept my staff. I'm sure Brixton would have seen some humor in that. Gentle reader, let a dying man offer you one piece of advice. Alanusuro is a trickster who desires nothing but your soul. His riddles may help you, but in the end, his final secret always leads to your doom. Atavius, save us all.
I ain't wrong.
Shit.
20 years of experience tells me that. All right. So I have that. There's
Definitely,
no other.
It definitely looks like the chamber you're in is identical. Like nothing has changed except the presence of your friends and the corpse.
Okay. I am going to drop a couple of ball bearings here in the intersection just to mark it in case there's more of this shit somewhere. Looking down either hallway, do I see anything there? Do I see another sarcophagus down?
It's identical to the chamber that you were in. So moving around, you can just do that as normal. Just ignore the others that are present.
If I go back to where the others are, where there theoretically should be a room, am I still on the second level, so to speak? Or
yes.
Okay. Interesting. All right, I will head back down. Or actually, for funsies, I'll go down the other side from where I came in. So if I looped around and came up on the south side, I will go down the north side, assuming it is still downward.
Once you come back and around, you can kind of probably hear your friends curiously exclaiming, like, where did he go? Just give him a minute. And then you come down and see the corpse of the guy with the staff and make your way down as if there was no issue.
Okay. So I will creep back down this. I'll motion for them to hold for a moment, and I will head to the end of the hallway to see if there's anything of note in this room down here.
Okay. So you all see him reappear coming down the way he came went up, and then you see him kind of move into this chamber. The room smells of wine. On a checkerboard marble floor, a gilded coffin sparkles in sunlight that appears to be streaming down from the chamber's vaulted ceiling, which arches 12 feet overhead. 4 huge stone gargoyle heads, their mouths agape, protrude from the walls.
Out of curiosity, could I see the sunlight on the Bizarro version of this?
There was no sunlight on the Bizarro version.
Okay. All right, let's head back over. Well, that was an adventure.
What'd you find?
Up ahead, there is a corpse with a goat-headed staff, but there is a curved floor that I was able to walk all the way up, and I'm not sure that anybody else will, but up there was basically a duplicate of this, minus the corpse and this journal, at which point I will read off that whole blurb.
Mm-hmm.
It is identical, quote unquote, up there to this, just none of you and no light. It seems like it should be a floor above us, but it was
So
the same floor.
when you went up and around to that other passage, was there a room like this with a coffin?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here.
It was also, I went into the same
Me
chamber
thinking-
that we're in,
Yeah,
and
this is being out of character. So only, let me see. The ring is a path to another tomb. The dead abhor sunlight. Only a jewel can tame the frog. Bow as the dead god intoned. So the dead abhor sunlight. So that means in the room without sunlight in it, you should probably bow.
Oh.
Bow
Wow.
as the dead god intoned into darkness.
does the phrase dead god trigger anybody's religious knowledge, John?
Yeah, everybody would recognize that as Alanusero.
Yeah. I would also suggest that maybe we want to be careful about all of these riddles.
Oh, I'm
Given-
sorry. Who is the dead god? I didn't catch that.
Alanusero.
Okay. Oh. Yep. Okay.
Okay, also, hold on. Also, out of character, the ring is a path to another tomb. Was that
Yeah.
a ring that you were on?
Yeah.
Tom?
That-
You were
yeah,
kind
I
of
think
like
that's-
going like
Yeah, it was a
this,
loop.
right?
Yeah.
The ring is a path to another tomb. The dead abhor sunlight.
So we have sunlight in this version, but not in the other. And there was a mirror of sorts that our friend Avrin tried to walk through downstairs. So I do wonder if perhaps that is where that leads to.
So the only riddle that doesn't cover is only a jewel can tame the frog. So if somebody's going to go up there and try this out, I would suggest taking that jewel we found with.
Well, first,
Yeah,
can
they
we
are.
explore? Can we explore the sunlit room?
I
Yeah.
would be cautious about entering, as there are more gargoyles, it appears,
They're just the faces of gargoyles, sorry.
for now.
Yeah, the whole wall just comes out. Demon wall here, guys. Oh.
Hey, burn a bunch of spell slots and break them up.
Okay, so you enter into the tomb. All right.
Any frogs?
You
Am
would
I supposed to be able to see through this?
you would see that the coffin appears to have kind of a layer of dried sovereign glue around the base of it, not around the top of it. So, like, the whole sarcophagus was placed here on the sovereign glue. It looks like it's
So it
open.
can't be moved, but it's not secured with it.
Right. It looks like it can be opened. It just looks like the base of it, instead of it being built into the structure, was just glued to the tile with sovereign glue. Its lid does have hinges. There's a wooden kind of like musky kind of smell to this whole chamber, like a barrel wine. And there is kind of a strange sound of a liquid coming from the gargoyle statues. Gargoyle faces. Looking at them, it almost looks like their mouths are filled with fluid.
Okay, do I want to like stick with the hat trick and drink this fluid too?
It's more than a hat trick. It's been like 30 fluids you consumed, Ezra.
Yeah, I think this is
I
a
mean-
pentakill at this point.
Might as well.
Well, it's kind of like Shijo has like that thing with like witches, and like Chad and Hezrod just has like a thing for drinking fluids.
Yeah, 100% it. I'm surprised.
So let's do it.
I'm not gonna finish my thought. Okay, so if you move over to the liquid and sip it, it tastes like a very tart red wine. Which again, Hezrod, I don't know if he has messed around with reds, but it definitely has a very alcoholic taste to it. But it is very kind of like.
Can he fill up his mug with this?
Sure, yeah, it's fluid. It's real.
Yeah, cool. He fills it up and then he moseys on back to the coffin now with a mug full of wine.
As you try to move away from it, a massive hand of wine shoots out of the mouth of the thing and grabs your shoulder Make an athletics check to resist. I'm going to say you're at disadvantage. This is a surprise situation.
Oh shit! So you said it was a athletics check.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Oh, never mind.
What'd you get?
I got a 6.
Okay. It grabs you by the shoulder, spins you around, grabs the mug, pulls it back into its own mouth, and then throws the cup out, which slams onto the tile.
That's rude.
Don't see that every day.
Yeah, don't be sticking cups up in there.
He dashes over, like he dashes after the mug.
Yeah, it's laying on the ground.
Yeah, he snags it.
A bit of the red wine is kind of like displays.
He actually like picks up the mug and like shakes the rest of it out. Make sure it's all out of there, and then he kind of like looks like glares at the sconce. Says, "It was good, but it was not that good."
It's still kind of like bubbling, but it doesn't really...
Yeah, he moves away from it back to the coffin, kind of like eyeing it this time.
Oh, wait, sorry. Were you... I apologize. Tokens are moving all over the place. Which one did you do? I thought you were up here. Were you at the top?
It was this one.
Okay. Okay.
That was the one I was drinking from. Rude.
Yeah, that's
so, okay, you can drink as much as you want from the fountain, but you can't take it with you. That was it.
Okay.
This place sucks. No carry-out service.
All right. Anybody else have anything they want to be doing in this space?
I mean, everyone will go next to the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Get ready to open it, I guess. When everyone's, like, ready.
Okay.
I will check the sarcophagus just to make sure there's no obvious traps beyond the sovereign glue that's on the sides, it sounded like.
All right.
Yeah, I'll watch with them.
Okay.
Are we all ready?
Do you lift the sarcophagus?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Hezra's ready with his spear and his shield. Something
Alright.
pops up, tries to rip our faces off.
And everybody, I want to make sure, Fiona, are you staying back or are you moving up and investigating this room?
She's staying back. Seeing him move towards it, she backs up farther.
Okay.
I'll back up 5, actually.
All right.
Pull up Fulminator.
Yeah, I'm not sure which side the hinges are on, but we'd be probably on the opposite side to open it.
Okay, yeah, the hinges will open towards Kel. So, yeah, it'll be kind of like a, you open it from the south kind of deal. As you lift open the thing, you hear a loud click and then a loud pop. And Fiona, your vision of the inside of the room is immediately displaced by a massive block slamming down from the ceiling.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
I thought you checked it for traps.
Blocking your view. Did you?
Yeah, I said I did.
Okay, hold on a second.
That I would check it for traps other than the obvious sovereign glue that's on the sides.
Yeah, it does not have a trap. It is simply the opening of it.
I don't know. This seems like a trap to me.
Yeah, there's no mechanical trap to denote. There's no,
I know.
There's no check for it. The second that happens, the burbling sound of the wine starts to become louder, and they just start vomiting wine onto the tile floor.
Is there anything in the sarcophagus?
Oh, sorry, hold on, music change. There is... Bear with me here.
I'm bearing. Fuck, this is the worst time to be able to breathe.
No, inside there is nothing.
Shit.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, so slightly tense music. This is good.
So is Fiona stuck outside the room?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good for her.
She does yell though. I don't know if they hear it through the door, but she yells out, "Are you guys okay?"
All right. So we're going to a round situation, combat-wise. Go ahead and roll initiative, and we will deal with that accordingly.
Not bad.
Mm,
Ooh, Soma.
Let me know once everybody's rolled.
I was trying to change my initiative to 8, but it won't let me.
Sure.
There we go.
Oh, this music is intense enough. Okay, everybody rolled?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first round. Soma, what do you do?
So they're just vomiting wine at this point.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will approach. I'll look inside the coffin. Does it look like there's a mechanism or anything now that it is open?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. You do see that the base of it appears to have a small kind of slotted hole in it that does appear to be kind of like reflecting a bit of the sunlight from above.
Like, is it a shape or is it just?
It's like a small, it's like a, I'd say, golf ball sized hole in the base of the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the lid is opened, sunlight is hitting it and it's kind of like reflecting like there's glass inside.
Like there's glass inside the coffin?
Inside the hole.
Okay. Does it look like something I can remove or?
If you get down there and reach to it to kind of mess with it,
Yeah.
You don't seem to be able to get it out or like break it. It's like a crystal glass that's very kind of in there. Based on the mechanism here, your assumption is that the second the sunlight hit it is what triggered everything.
So covering it
Won't change
my hand
anything because it's already been activated.
Okay.
Or shutting it. Oh, no!
Do not want.
Actually, psych. Can we? No. No. Yeah. So you would understand the mechanism now, if that's helpful. Someone to count.
Kel kind of just like look around and be like, "Fuck, shit, fuck." Doesn't really know how to help.
And I want to make sure you understand the velocity that the wine is like being expelled out. It's definitely a substantial amount of wine that's filling up here, or being shot out here. Like it might start to fill up the room.
Yeah, Kel is not sure what to do. He'll kind of like look around for anything.
Okay.
Panicked.
All right, Kel, just panicking. Okay, Malika.
How high is the wine at this point?
It's really just starting to hit, so I'd say like maybe a
Okay.
couple of inches.
So gonna kind of kick it close, jump on top.
Okay.
That's it for now.
Adred.
Did everyone see the hole in the sarcophagus?
Again, Soma's the only one who's investigated it enough to understand how the trap sprung.
Good.
I will explain
you
too
probably-
that Malika landing on top of it has now sealed it away for you to be able to investigate it anyways. And Tom, you were going to say something. Was it basically what I said, or?
Just that I was visibly fiddling with something down there at the bottom of the coffin
Yeah.
because I was trying to pry it out. But
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I think he would have pulled himself away as he saw you
Yeah.
jump up on top of
no,
it.
I wasn't inside of it or anything.
Yeah.
Shit.
What are we doing, Adred?
I mean, my idea was to go into the coffin and try to fit the jewel that we got.
Yeah,
in
you,
the...
there's couldn't move the glass, so yeah,
No,
that's
no,
why I
no.
was
I
asking.
wanted to put something in it, in that hole.
Yeah, but it's plugged in glass.
How deep was the hole?
Not deep enough to really hold what he's talking about.
Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. Fuck, shit. Avron's gonna go towards the door then,
Mhm.
over here. He's gonna check for any type of mechanism for this shit to open.
It is a solid stone block that has just fallen from the ceiling into space. Based on its dimensions that you're seeing here, your presumption is that at least 3, if not 5 feet thick, meaning it's in the tonnage of weight.
Gotcha. Okay. That's it though. That's all everyone can do.
Okay. Fiona, you're on the outside.
Yeah, like Avron, she immediately rushes to the door and tries to see if there's any way she can do anything. She immediately knows it's stone.
About
I'm
5
trying
feet
to
thick.
Yeah. I don't know the spell levitate super well since I just got it. Does she think it would work on something that heavy? Probably not.
It's a cool spell. Let's check it.
Cool.
I would say go ahead and make an Arcana check since this is kind of a surprise bit as you're trying to think about it.
Okay, cool. She also pulls out item interaction, pulls out her crowbar, and sees if there's any possible way she could wedge it.
Yeah.
Sorry, intelligence, you said?
You don't need an Arcana check.
Arcana, right.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that this is probably going to weigh a bit more than the spell will allow for.
Fuck.
Add a character note, 500 pounds is the amount that you can lift with the spell levitate.
Oh, and it's up to, dang.
Yeah. Sorry.
Unfortunately.
I was actually really interested. That would have been a really cool fix, but yeah.
Like, move it, right? Yeah, unfortunately, though, it's too heavy. And she kind of grumbles and she yells out, "It's too heavy for me to levitate!"
You can't hear her.
Oh, dang. Unfortunate.
It's
She
thick.
doesn't know that, though, so she keeps screaming, "It's too heavy, but I'll try to see if maybe there's something else I can do. Maybe I can go up, guys, go up." And she herself looks up to see if there's any way she can maybe, like, fly above.
No, perfectly slotted. So the block that fell into space was perfectly shaped for this passageway. It fitting against the sides, watertight. It hits the floor, the weight is compressing it to be watertight. And the way that it's touching the ceiling, it's still slotted just slightly inside of the hole it descended out of, also watertight. So they are in there for... Yep.
Yeah, and this channel itself is still very, like, low. Like, there's no high ceiling here.
No, you're not going over the block. You're not getting into the space that way.
Yeah, I'm more so thinking, like, if there's any way that they themselves could go up and if she could meet them that way, but
not at all.
She wouldn't know.
They are in a solidly closed box. Fiona done. Ezra, you're up.
So has Soma previously found secret doors in this dungeon?
Yeah.
Several.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Hezrod says to him, "You search for more secret doors." And then he says, "Avran, out of the way!" And he casts Eldritch Blast. And he's going to shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts. And he's going to use Embrace Oblivion
Okay.
on both of them to see if he can, like, put a decent chunk in the stone block. Because if it looks like I can damage it, I'm going to start using more and more powerful spells.
Yeah, the block is probably in the neighborhood of around 800 hit points.
Shit.
So you definitely damage it, but it's definitely going to be an effort.
Okay, so let me... Damn, that's... Fuck.
It's 5 feet wide on all sides, and it's 15 foot high.
Like, I had a perfect spell I could use, but I didn't prepare it today. I was not anticipating this. I'm going to cast my Eldritch Blast, though, because that damage is damage.
Sure, that's fine. I'll go ahead and move along. Soma, if you're up, you watch Hezrod shooting stone. missing.
Oh my God.
As it just bounces off of the sheer surface of it.
Jesus.
So up at the top, you said this is a sealed box. Where's the light coming in from?
It looks like it's coming from the ceiling. When you start to investigate it, you notice that it's coming from nowhere. It appears to be some sort of spell that's creating sunlight.
It's about some bullshit.
If you want to, you can climb up there to investigate it even further, and you would learn that there is a small gold medallion glued to the ceiling that it's emanating from.
I will.
And guess how it's stuck to the ceiling?
Is it
Sovereign
glue?
Gorilla glue. Oh, no.
Man, we can come back here with like
the universal
a
solvent.
jug of universal solvent. And just
Just to clarify, which of these was the one that Hezrod got the mug thrown out of?
The bottom one.
It was this one.
Okay. I will start at this top left one and start searching along the walls for any sort of mechanism or
So what you'll
escape
note
route.
is that the passageway that the liquid is coming out of seems to be coming from somewhere. The liquid seems to be coming from... Yeah, I'm sorry, hold on, pause for a second. Damn, this is Glorious a dream and nightmare all in one. Thank you, Elizabeth. You are 100% correct.
I'm still banking on if we run out of ideas to have Hezrod drink us out of here. But
yeah.
That's like far on the list. That's like plan E.
So, it does look like these holes are big enough to be like entered into. Some forcing might be required, but you might be able to move into these wine tunnels. But
I will.
You're not sure which one would be the one you'd want to investigate. They all seem to be the same.
All right. I'm assuming in one round I'll only be able to investigate like this one here.
Yeah.
I'll yell out to Kel that Kiora might be able to see if there's a way out through one of these, as opposed to
Kel.
He will look over to him and nod, and then you'll actually send him through this one.
Okay. It does have some trouble swimming inside, and
because of the stream.
Yeah, the second it enters into it. How many hit points does it have?
Oh God!
Jesus
Good question, man.
Again, 24.
Okay. It definitely gets a feeling of being constricted inside of the wine. It can use its action now, if it wants to make a athletics or acrobatics check to escape the grapple.
Yeah, he'll do that.
It takes 13 damage, by the way.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Is it because it's tiny or small?
Athletics check on
Or
the sheet.
acrobatics is probably better, so you'll just make a dexterity roll.
Okay, cool.
Okay. It's still constricted.
I'm a sneaky snack.
Okay, and I'll walk over.
Mm-hmm.
No, can I see it? Like, is he just right into the...
Yeah, it is.
Do I kind of gotta, like, dig around? Okay.
But it's a good distance in, like maybe a couple feet in. But if you want to reach it and grab it, you can try.
I'll try that.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics check since you're trying to force it out.
Good thing.
Okay.
I'm athletic.
Yeah. You grab a hold of the snake at a point where you know you won't kind of tear at the muscles or cause strain to the snake.
Right.
And kind of pull out. But when you do so, it's almost like you're gripping it against something else that is also gripping it. It's like the wine has form. And then you pull the snake out, and it's almost like finger-like tendrils kind of break open for just a second inside of the wine. But it's very hard for you to kind of like discern any kind of anatomy. It's almost like an imaginatory situation.
Like solid liquid.
Yeah, or like liquid that has function.
Okay.
And is being manipulated.
I'll look back at someone and I say, well, it's not really a good idea to go in there. They almost killed Kiora here.
Malika.
Okay, hop on the broom.
Okay. The ceiling is about
And-
15 foot high, and it's kind of like an arch that goes. It's 10 feet at the south and north wall.
Okay, from a bird's eye view, is there anything standing out as her eyes like sweep over the area?
No, the liquid hasn't gone that far up yet.
Right. But
go-
I'm saying,
Go ahead and make a perception check, and I'll leave it as a constant. But right now,
Okay.
there's nothing. Since you're being perceptive.
oh god, fuck perception.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a bunch of liquid shooting out. It's
Can
definitely.
I'm using my inspiration.
Okay. Same thing still stands true. It's definitely a lot of liquid. There's nothing that's out and about or anything crazy or weird. It's definitely a disturbing visual from the onset because it's like splashing against the white and gray marble. It's like almost blood-like, but then you can kind of like, see as it starts to build up that it doesn't have the same consistency. Malika done, Avran up. You're muted if you're talking at me.
Based on looking at it alone, would Avron be able to fit in here or no?
Like I said, you need to try and force yourself through by kind of moving into it. You'll need to make an athletics check, and I have a target number that you'd need.
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay.
You want Hezron to push your butt?
It's okay. 18?
It's a struggle, and you aren't able to finish it. You definitely cannot get through it.
Shit. Alright, that's it.
Fiona?
Okay, so first quick question. If I were to use the chromatic orb tablet, like is that possible, or do I have to like spend a day with it or something?
What are you saying to me?
You know the tablet I have, the tablet
Oh,
of chromatic.
Yeah,
orb?
you have to learn that. You have to spend
I
a
have to
long
learn
rest.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like I don't really have any spells that do damage that aren't like you have to roll Constitution. Like the rock can't roll Constitution, so
The rock's
I'm
immune to
thinking-
psychic damage.
yeah, exactly. But I'm wondering, and I'm not sure if this, like, tell me if this is just stupid, but I'm wondering if I could put the black tentacles there, like they fill a 20-foot square on the ground.
It's immune to the damage.
They're immune to bludgeoning.
No, it's immune to it's cold damage. Which tentacles were you going to put out?
It's bludgeoning.
Okay. Yeah, you can put it out in front of you if you'd like.
Okay. Would she think that bludgeoning damage would probably affect the stone?
I mean, again, it's up to you. I will tell you, objects that are typically very large have a hardness scale, which is basically a damage resistance against typical damage. Doesn't typically affect magical damage. So, I mean, you'll be doing straight damage to it. But like I said, it is a massive block that probably has somewhere in the ballpark of 800 hit points.
Yeah. That's what I'm
In the
thinking. It'll
ballpark, you
take a
mean.
while, but she could keep it up there for a minute of it like lashing at the stone.
Sure.
She has nothing else, so she'll try. She'll cast it.
Okay. And just so you have that in perspective, if you cast that and hold it up for the full minute, you got maximum damage with each roll, it would do 180 damage, just so you understand like where we're at there. Okay. Cool. So you cast the spell, and it's
And
on
sorry, you said that it has how much again?
somewhere in the ballpark of 800 hit points.
Got you. Okay.
Fiona done. Hezron up.
Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
How tall is the ceiling?
Really quick addendum. The black tentacles won't affect the target. It's only creatures that it affects.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
How high is the ceiling?
You can keep that spell slot is what I was trying to say. Yeah.
It's 15 feet, Chad.
Oh,
15 feet in the middle, and then 10 feet on the edges, on the north and south side.
15 feet in the middle and 10 feet on the edges.
Yeah, it's got like a arch.
Okay, and you said the medallion was glued there with sovereign glue,
Uh-huh.
but it didn't have like sovereign glue around it. It
Right.
didn't have like that same sheen on it.
It's the one that's presenting the light down on the sarcophagus. Correct.
Okay, so I guess he'll, seeing that Malika's flying on their broom, he says, "Try to cover the medallion. Hide the light."
Okay.
And then he looks around and he sees that Avrian's trying to force his way in this one. So he runs over here and tries to force his way in that one.
All right, Soma, you're up.
Do you want me to roll an athletics check?
Go for it.
So, yeah, let's do athletics.
Would you have heard Kel saying
Got it.
that the Lewine tried to kill Kiora?
It tried to kill Hezrod's mug, too. He's not afraid of no wine.
All right. All right.
All right. Soma, you are up. You're kind of investigating around. The wine at this point is probably somewhere around the ballpark of 2.5 feet off the ground.
That's going fast.
So I will note that everything in this space is now difficult terrain. If you are moving on foot and you're muted, Tom,
What if I'm walking on the wall?
then you're perfectly fine.
Okay. You know what? For fun, let's try stabbing the wine with a dagger.
Nothing happens. Soma done, Cal up.
Well, I guess I'll ready an action until someone needs help with something.
Okay.
I'm not sure what to do.
Malika elevated above, looking at the situation. Are you maintaining a perceptive level, or are you going to do something else?
Going to. Will it be an action to like just hold my hand up and cover the thing?
You just do that, yeah. It doesn't change anything.
Okay, so yeah, let's be perceptive
Okay.
and nothing.
Not yet. Malika done. Avran up.
Everett is again going to try to squeeze his
Athletics.
way through. Nope.
You
That's
strain
okay.
and you strain, and you feel like you can do it, but you just haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Fiona on the other side. Just to keep it square, you're casting spells to damage the block. Is that the goal, Fiona, or do you have another idea?
No, it's not going to work. So she's looking at the floor. The floor is also solid stone,
Hmm.
but it looked like it's 5 feet thick solid stone.
The floor?
Yeah,
More so, yeah.
like even thicker than this stone.
Yeah, it's holding it up.
Oh, right. Okay, so the floors here are at least like 10 feet thick.
More so, because remember, you descended down. It took you like a good 30 feet down to get to the level below you.
Right. Okay. So knowing that this is like literally like they're just trying to kill them in there, she's just gonna go somewhere else. Maybe she can go to the left. Have they been there before?
To
Like
the
over
left?
here?
What,
Yeah. Have they
hanging?
been over here before?
No, so that the floor goes up in an arc, and the only way to ascend it is if you have some means of flight or spider climb.
She does. So she's gonna do that.
Okay. In the time that it takes you to kind of move up in that direction, you will end up walking around in a full circle to a tunnelway that goes all the way up to a point where it circles back around and down. You won't be able to go all the way back around and down yet, but during your next turn, you can return back down in either direction. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yes.
Basically, like, think of it as a ring. You're at the base of it. You're walking up to the top. That's where you made it. During the next turn, you can make your way down the other side.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I'll just trust that you'll move me. I will-
Right.
Yeah.
Hezrod.
Great.
It's a ring.
It's a ring. It's a ring. Hezrod.
An elden ring.
An Elden ring.
Oh,
Or an elderberry ring because of the wine.
it's the one.
I hate you, John.
What
All
else?
I don't know.
So,
Is elderberry a red wine?
so a 19 was not enough for Hezrod to force his way in there.
Correct.
Damn. Fuck. He's kind of looking a little panicked, so I guess can I make...
I will point something out, though. The stonework here is a lot less strong than the massive block that was dropped there. Wink, wink.
Yeah, okay. Are you talking about just the faces of these fountains?
Yeah, the ones that
Or
you're
like
trying
the
to...
walls in general?
The faces.
Cool. He steps over here. He's going to cast Shatter, centered on,
Okay.
I guess like a little southeast.
Cool.
So basically, I want to catch this corner,
Damage.
like the walls and everything, in
That's
the
fine.
blast ring.
I'm scoping past the specifics. I get what you're trying to do. I'm okay with it. Give me that damage.
Yep.
Sweet damage.
Let's do a Shatter, level 2. Be 10 damage.
It breaks the face like quite a bit, but it doesn't drop the structural integrity of it. You're definitely certain that one more blow like that, or maybe half as strong as that, will definitely obliterate the face.
Good to know.
Hazard draw,
Break
you're
the
done.
faces.
Malika, as he's smashing it, you see that the liquid kind of flows out, of the cracks as well, like parts of the face. But then you see something very strange from your vantage point up above. From all 4 of the spouts, you see what looks like the silhouette of a maiden, massive compared to Hezrod's size, like a good 12 feet tall. Each of them kind of flowing out into the room through the spouts and then moving into the room's now wine-covered floor, which is now about 4 feet high. And I will go ahead and note to you, because you can see them, where those end up at the end of said movement. Everyone else, these are still invisible to you.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Weird.
As a reaction, can I go, watch out, there's
Wine women.
I did try to stab some wine. I just didn't stab the right wine.
Right.
There's wine women about.
This is my...
Hezrod's in love. Can I roll to seduce them? Or are they seducing me?
Yes and yes.
I think it's more or less going to end up just being me beating you up.
Cool. Great.
Soma. If you'd like, you can make a perception check to see if you can see what she's talking about. Yeah, you spot them immediately and recognize the situation here. They appear to be some sort of elemental-like creature, and they appear to be on the attack. They're very hard to spot, but you can see the silhouettes now.
With my crit, my natural 20, can I point them out to other people if I shout them out more specifically? Since
I will allow you to pick one person within 30 feet, and you can use the help action on that person to automatically point them out to one other person.
I will pick Kel.
Kel, you have Soma basically start pointing, and you kind of go, ah!
Look at him.
Holy shit.
Help is my
Yeah.
help is my bonus action, or was
help is your
and
bonus
or
action. Perceiving was your action.
Okay. Just making sure I don't have anything else.
Yep.
I will move up the wall a little bit more, but otherwise that's it.
Are you moving away from the weird?
No.
Okay. So you're still like close to it, but out of the liquid more. Got it. Cal, you see them.
Oh, we got wine women. And I guess she's going to try shooting them.
Oh, by the way, update on the Golradier note. Now it's Golradier's wet dream / nightmare.
Oh, there it is.
Elizabeth, thank you. Cal, Horny Jail Bong. But yeah, Cal. Bongs from every direction.
I was in the middle of typing, and I knew that's where we were going.
Cal, what are we shooting?
I'm going to shoot, I guess this one, because it's kind of away from ricochet range.
Mm-hmm.
If I can select my sheet. There we go. 1, 2,
All right. So the first attack is gonna miss.
figured.
Second attack will hit. Give me that damage. Okay.
Oof.
It works. It seems to work. It doesn't seem to have any resistances or anything crazy.
We can shoot him.
Yeah. It's almost like the magic kind of siphons through it and causes like a blurb of it to kind of splatter on the wall behind.
Okay.
You're pretty sure that the magic is what's helpful there. Malachi, you're
Which
up.
one did he shoot?
This one here.
Okay. And does that kind of tip us off that there's something there or
No,
shit's happening?
they are technically invisible, so they require a perception check to receive view on them. That's why I forced Soma to use the aid action to be able to kind of.
I got you. I'm just curious if I'd know their general direction.
You kind of have an idea because Malika's been pointing, but you don't know exactly where they're.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift my hex onto it.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do a. Does that hit?
Yeah, hold on a second here. Hezron, I'll give you a free perception check as the hex appears and the bolt aligns with its body. More than fair. Give me the damage on that bad boy.
14 plus my hex.
Yep. You
16.
You see that one. So, Hezron, this one is visible.
Hmm.
All right.
End of turn.
Okay.
And I want to be right up against the ceiling, basically.
All right. And I'm going to note one thing here real quick. They are still technically invisible because they're in the wine. What that means is basically seeing them, perceiving them is required. And if they move or shift, it's going to change the dynamic and make them harder to find. It's not going to be a situation where you're just going to be able to see them throughout. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So right now you know where they're at. Those of you that do. Avran, you have no idea where they're at.
Yep, everyone's gonna attempt to do the same thing.
Perception check. Or smash the thing. Okay, cool.
It is not.
Yeah, you fail, but you do look over at the broken one. You think that attacking it might actually prove more effective.
Got you.
Fiona, you make your way around the loop flight-wise, and you come to the same point that you started at, the intersection. Okay? The body of the dwarf, or the body of the guy with the goat head, is not there. It's gone.
Hmm.
And there are 2 mysterious ball bearings in the intersection.
There are 2 mysterious ball bearings in the intersection.
Okay. Can I make my way to where I assume they would be?
One other note. The block is not there.
Oh, great.
And you can see that it's a tomb that's identical to the one that you saw before the block dropped, except there's no sunlight.
There's no sunlight. Okay. Right. So it's like a mirror dimension. Great. She will basically, with her 60, because she has 60 now, right? Yes.
Mhm.
She'll go as far as she can into the new version of the room
Okay.
and see what's happening there.
Absolutely. So you make it over to the room, and it looks identical to what you saw. No changes. And we'll cover what you do during the next turn, because you had to have flown down and then kind of dash to move up.
Maybe 120 feet, right?
Yeah. Because, again, the loop was quite long.
Fair.
Hezron, you are up. You see just the one.
Yeah, but I've was a 19 not good enough to perceive that one? Or no, you said I saw that one.
That one.
So I perceived it. I guess it's still technically invisible.
Yeah. It hasn't shifted yet, so you can see it to attack it.
Right. He's not going to attack it, though. He's going to cast Shatter, centered right there, so he can catch the door in it as well, or the block.
Good reasoning.
So he's basically trying to catch the wine weird and also the block.
Okay, go ahead with damage.
Yeah, he's going to cast that one.
Con save, right?
Yeah. Here, hold on a second. I don't know why it didn't record that spell slot. So I'm running low on second, so I'm going to cast this one at third.
Neither of them pass.
So that is a 23.
You see a ripple in the wine near Avran that's not typical. The stone kind of breaks a little bit, but again, nothing substantial. It's not going to matter. But the one that you were kind of focused on looks like it's now kind of like broken apart, and the female form is less substantial. All right, on 5.
Oh no.
Soma, you can take an opportunity attack if you wish. Avran, you cannot because you did not see it.
I don't know it's there.
There's definitely something going on over there. That'll hit. Go ahead and give me that damage. It was aware of you, so no sneak. Oh, it would have been adjacent to Kel at the time, so you would have sneak attack.
Oh, Tom.
So that's
God damn. Oh, okay.
14 and 12.
And that also drops its movement speed to 0 because of Sentinel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
It slams into the pillar, and you kind of lance it into the back, causing it to kind of like burst and kind of splash down for a second, and then you watch as the woman kind of winds around the column and kind of snakes back up. Its face is featureless, but it has like the smooths of what a female face would, be expected
Like a statue.
Almost like a statue, but made out of wine.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just going to change my target to you then.
Oh no.
All right. So its form, as it kind of moves up to you, kind of lashes out. Like the whole thing just kind of like becomes like a tendril, kind of lashing out at you. You kind of spider climb up, and it splatters against the wall, leaving a like big streak of red wine across it. And then the other 3 are all going to attack Hezrod.
Oh no.
All 3
Oh no.
All 3 of them are going to hit.
I
I
will
like that
say
shatter, man.
I'm immune to crits.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm assuming these are with an advantage because these bitches are invisible.
That's why I said, they are definitely hitting, but there are crits that were rolled. They're not. I'm not dealing with crit damage. I know, but for the first one, do you have any reactions?
I guess I could use a Fury Shield.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it has any sort of restrictions based on. So that's my last 3rd level spell slot, but I'm going to Fury Shield it.
No problem. So
It's just when you're hit.
it will
Yeah.
take. Yep. And then the other one will hit. So you take 13 bludgeoning damage from it. And then
Okay.
you get hit by the last one, and that'll be 16 damage.
So total of 29.
Yeah, this is the one that you repelled with the Fury Shield. The other
Okay.
2 slam at you in the back as you kind of focus the Fury Shield towards it. And when they hit him, Malika, you watch his form kind of get engulfed by the red wine and drag him down into the pool of 4-foot deep red wine.
That sounds like it should heal Hezrod.
At that point, realizing that it just shifted to 10 o'clock, we're going to go ahead and say that's a dramatic enough stopping point for the session. At the beginning of next session, Soma will be on the docket for first. Currently, there are no active concentration effects except for Fly on Fiona. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Inaccurate.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yes.
Inaccurate.
Hey,
I
Hex.
have Hex.
Thank you. I'm going to put a pip. I remember you saying it, and I remember you dealing the extra damage, but I didn't put the pip like a dork.
Put a pip.
Red pip on the one that's currently hexed. Okay. Let's see.
And which one's grappling Hezrod?
There are 2 that are grappling Hezrod. The 2 to the left.
Okay, so do I have a good idea of where they're at considering they're grappling me?
Oh yeah, they're attached to you. that is more than fair. All right, thanks for watching
Hope
us.
you know.
And we will continue our drunken fun times next session. Later.